From Art Keller Field in Kenosha, Wisconsin, it's NCAA Division III football this afternoon as the homestanding Carthage College Redmen on Senior Day get set to entertain the North Park Vikings. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into our broadcast on 1050 WLIP, WLIP.com, and along the stream at carthage.edu. John Weiser with you this afternoon. Glad you could be with us as we celebrate 9 seniors going out in their final home game here this afternoon as they get set to take on the North Park Vikings. If you were with us last week, an exciting ball game for the Redmen as they picked up their second straight conference win. Following up a road win at Augustana, they came back home last week and defeated the Milliken Big Blue. And in that ball game, it was a close ball game at the half, 17-16 the score at the half, but the Redmen came back in that second half. Ethan Ollis continues to shine at quarterback for the Redmen, 13 of 22 for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's now thrown 6 touchdown passes in his 2 starts this season and has yet to throw an interception. London Townsend was spectacular running the football last week. Townsend had an 80-yard touchdown run, finished the day with 10 carries for 133 yards and a touchdown. Tommy Bazarek, 3 receptions for 39 yards and a touchdown last week. And KJ Simpson, 7 tackles, 6 of them solo, a tackle for a loss, and a forced fumble. Simpson this week is the CCIW Defensive Player of the Week this week in conference play for his rewarding effort in that victory over Milliken. So the Redmen looking to make it 3 straight this afternoon against North Park, a team that they have had trouble with the last couple of years. Though the Redmen have dominated this series through the years, North Park has won the last 2 meetings between these two schools. As you take a look at the breakdown for these two teams, starting with North Park, they're averaging about 16 points per game. That's good for 8th in the CCIW. Offensively, they're a throwing team. T.D. Conway, their quarterback, is what makes them roll here, and he is, without a doubt, one of the best quarterbacks in the CCIW, averaging almost 233 yards a game throwing the football. Rushing the football, non-existent, only 67 yards per game. So this is a one-dimensional team. They like to throw it down the field, and when they do, it's a combination of Devin Childress, their leading receiver coming into the game here today, and Anthony Burton, another of their leading receivers. Burton with 41 receptions and 2 touchdowns this year. Childress, who was a second-team all-conference selection a year ago, 34 catches, 5 touchdowns on the season. The Vikings will be without Dakota Conway, their other fine receiver, brother of T.D. Conway, both of them the sons of Mike Conway, the head football coach at North Park. Dakota with an arm injury, going to try and get a soft cast on, and was going to try and play here today, but we don't expect to see him in the lineup today. So really it comes down to the Redmen trying to shut down this offensive unit for North Park in the passing game. Meanwhile, for the Redmen, their stats so far this year, they're averaging almost 26 points per game while giving up 28. And passing offense 188, and rushing they're giving out are totaling 203. So a very well-balanced attack. And as I've mentioned throughout the year, and I tell most people, the biggest difference between this Redmen team and the last several is the fact that this is a team that can run the football when they need to. And when you're able to run the ball, you're able to chew up time of possession. When you chew up time of possession, the other team's offense can't get on the field and beat you. And that's what the Redmen have done here the last several ball games. Dominate time of possession, keeping the other offense off the field, and then also finishing those drives with field goals or touchdowns. And that's the key, again, here today for this Redmen team. Defensively for Carthage, they are led by Terrence Allen, one of the seniors who will be playing his final home game here this afternoon. Allen among the league leaders in sacks with 9 coming into the game here. That's good for first place, and has 22 tackles on the season, and again credited with 7.5 sacks in the conference. He's first in the league in that category in league games. And then having Cedric Fry back the last couple of weeks, that's a key as well. KJ Simpson, as we mentioned, the leading tackler on this team, was 60 coming in, and he is 11th in the conference in total tackles for the year. He is your reigning Defensive Player of the Week this week in the CCIW. And the secondary, a great secondary that is very young. anchored by a couple of veterans in Richard Motter and Chantrell Garner, but Connor Calvert's having an outstanding freshman year. 14 tackles on the season, 3 interceptions, and he's broken up 8 different passes this year. So he has been playing out on an island. Calvert, who got the game-clinching interception 2 weeks ago against Augustana, now with 3 picks on the year. Virgil Young, the other fine corner for the Redmen, he has had an outstanding freshman year as well, kind of a year baptism of fire, if you will, defensively. So really it boils down here to today. The Redmen, the favorables should go the Redmen way. I mean, this is a team that likes to run the ball. North Park has had trouble stopping the run. This is a team that, for the most part, likes to throw the football. The Redmen have been pretty good defending the pass this year, right in the middle of the pack in the CCIW. So this will be a good test here this afternoon for the Redmen. And again, if they can get the ground game going, if they can dominate time of possession and protect the football, that's another key stat that I think jumps out at you. This is a team that was minus 11 on the season overall in turnover takeaway, but they're a plus 4, the Redmen are, in conference games this year. So they have cut the turnovers down, and they are starting to force some takeaways. That will be a key here this afternoon. So it'll be the Redmen and North Park this afternoon from beautiful Keller Field on Kenosha's lakefront on the north side of Kenosha. When we come back, we'll visit with head coach Mike Yeager. We'll get his thoughts on today's game as we feature our In the Tunnel segment. That'll be coming your way next. We'll pause for this break. This is Carthage Redmen football on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
Welcome back to Keller Field, everyone. Senior day today as the Carthage Redmen get set to take on the North Park Vikings. I'm joined now in the tunnel by head football coach Mike Yeager. And Mike, team coming off 2 big conference wins and a very impressive win, I thought, last week, particularly the second half. That might have been as dominant a 30 minutes of football on both sides of the ball that I've seen this Redmen team play in quite some time.
Yeah, played really well. On defense, I think we played 24 plays and they got 5 or 6 yards or whatever it may be. And on offense, we went up and down the field. It was good to see. And, after a slow start, we made some adjustments and adjusted to what they were doing. I thought we played really well.
Yeah, it looked like it was the first half trying to match their tempo, their speed just seemed to be a little off kilter a little bit in that first half, but found it in the second half.
Yeah, defensively, we just gave them a couple things off some mistakes by us, and obviously didn't do that in the second half. And offensively, they just did things a little bit differently than we thought, got a couple different looks, so it just took some time. We played pretty well on offensive. We still went up and down the field, but did it really well in the second half, obviously.
Again, I always look at this offense and say it's becoming a run team, and I think that's a compliment to your offensive line, being able to do things like run out the clock. When you get leads, be able to just grind the ball down the field.
Yeah, we want to become a run-first team. We still want to be balanced and have the ability to throw the ball, and I think we've done that well. Last week, we had 60 rushes, but we still threw it 23 times and still had, I think, 3 passing touchdowns. So the run game is opening up things for the pass game, and it's made our offense much better.
Quarterback play the last 2 weeks. You've had a chance now to see Ethan get settled into that position. What's your observation?
He's doing better and better. He's not perfect, but he's I think got 6 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions, and he's holding on to the ball. He's making the vast majority of the right reads and throwing some nice balls. He's doing a really nice job for us.
That has to help, and ball security has been key the last couple of weeks too. Turnovers at a minimum.
Yeah, it's huge. That's the difference. When you're building a team, and turnovers can make or break a game. And having the ability to not turn over the last couple of weeks has been huge for us.
I think the other factor too, I was looking at sacks allowed. Only 9 sacks in 8 games. Again, a testament to the offensive line.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job in protection. I think we've also done a pretty nice job of getting the ball out. Especially the last couple of weeks of getting the ball out on time. If you do that, it makes protection much easier as well.
Well, this afternoon it is Senior Day, and you're going to be recognizing a couple of seniors who have made some significant contributions. This senior class has gone through a lot here in the last 4 years, and they should be commended for sticking it out and going through what they've gone through here over the last 4 years.
Well, anytime you have a coaching change, and obviously they had one after their freshman year, it's a transition, and it's tough, and things are just different for any coach, for them to stick through it and stick through a 1-9 season and just keep working. Like I said, it's a credit to them. They've done a great job. They're doing a great job this year, and happy to hopefully send them out on the right note today.
You've got a couple that have been big contributors of late. We talked about the offensive line. It helps when you've got two guards anchored in there, in Jacob Alton and Kevin Blank, who've been solid in their both respective positions.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. They're both physical kids. They're smart kids. They know what they're doing. They play hard, and also giving great leadership to that position, and has really helped that position grow.
On defense, been watching this Terrence Allen grow and grow. I mean, he's a big boy to begin with, 6'4", 230, but mature into that position. Last year we saw some fits and starts of that, I thought, and now this year the whole package.
Yeah, every year he's gotten better. He showed a couple flashes his freshman year, a couple more his sophomore year. Majority of the time last year, and now he's become a consistently good defensive end for us. He makes plays in the run game and the pass game, and he's done a really, really nice job for us.
And then on the running game, Sam Calderero and Clark, both on the offensive side, have been contributors. Clark, kind of the silent guy, the fullback. His job is to block, protect the quarterback, and open up the holes for Calderero and the running back.
Yeah, no, he's done a great job. He is kind of a silent partner to that offensive line in our run game. Has done a great job all year. And Sam has had a great role for us in terms of the running back position. He's run the ball a couple times. He's caught some big passes, and also plays a huge role in special teams for us.
Well, now the opponent, we'll get to that here, North Park. They've had our number the last couple of years. They've played us tough.
Yeah, no, they've got a good program and done a nice job, and all starts with their quarterback. They've got a really, really good quarterback, and he plays really, really well against us. So we've got to do a great job of slowing him down. The quarterback and the wide receiver combination of Childress, number 81, is it's pretty darn good. So we've got to do a great job of slowing those guys down. If we do, we'll have a good day.
Almost seems like T.D. Conway has been there forever. He's only been there a couple years at North Park, but he is first team all-conference, threw for over 2,600 yards a year ago, and he's on pace to throw for 2,000 again.
Yeah, no, he's done a nice job. He started, since day one. Being a coach's son too. He's a smart football player, which makes it tough. You can't really confuse the guy. He knows where to go with the ball, and when he's on, you're not going to find many that are much better.
So that puts pressure on the defense. Does that force you to do more on the pass rush up front, or is it to defend the pass on the back end?
Well, both. If you can get a great pass rush, it makes it easier on the defensive backs. But obviously, you got to do a great job in coverage as well. Because if you leave somebody open, or you're just off by a few steps here or there, the quarterback will take advantage of it.
I would say it's a young secondary, but guys like Calvert and Virgil Young and Pausa and Funches, those guys that have come in at times at corner and at nickel, have done a very good job.
Yeah, Connor obviously, he's getting into his fourth, fifth game, so he's starting to get a little bit of experience. And Virgil started since day one this year, so he's he's got 8 games under his belt. So he's getting better and better. And having Garner and Motter back there, having some older safeties with experience has helped with the communication. We haven't been perfect back there. You still have a few communication mistakes every game, but having those older guys has helped.
Looking at North Park's defense, they have struggled defensively. They're in the lower half of the league, 8th in the pass, 7th against the run, but they do have a couple of outstanding players. I think their strength on defense might be their linebacking core between Iva and Butts and Dull, their linebackers.
Yeah, what stands out to them, they've given up some points and some yards, but they play really, really hard, and we'll have our work cut out for us. They're not going to give you anything. They're going to play physical at the point of attack, so we've got to do a great job of staying on blocks, finishing blocks to allow our backs to hit the hole. And they have a nice pass rush. They do a really nice job of putting pressure on the quarterback. The sack numbers might not be there, but what that doesn't show is the hurries and all the pressure that they're getting that aren't quite sacks.
You've had the ability to get up early. First drives, I think, in 4 of the 6 games, I think you've gotten the touchdown on the first drive.
Yeah, we've kind of taken the ball if we've had any option to the last, I think, 6-7 games, because our offense has come along. And if you can do that, obviously, it just gives everybody confidence, and it's been nice to have that quick start for us.
Leads us now to our Blueprints for Success, brought to you by Riley Construction. Coach, how do you have it drawn up today?
Well, in offense, I've establishing the run and holding on to the ball, limiting turnovers and establishing that run game. Defensively, it's just going to be a matter of slowing down Conway and Childress and not giving up a lot of big plays to them. Again, it's the same situation. It's been a couple weeks in a row. You're not going to stop their key players completely. We just got to contain them and slow them down. If we do that, we'll have a nice Saturday.
Blueprints for Success brought to you by Riley Construction, celebrating 50 years of quality construction. Let them help you with your construction needs, a proud partner of Carthage College.
In their heart and and soul to the Redmen program, and today is a time to honor them for all they have accomplished. Number 3, Terrence Allen. Scored it today by his dad, Ronnie Allen, and his sister, Tiana Allen. Terrence is a native of Woodridge, Illinois, where he played high school football at Downers Grove South, majoring in criminal justice and pre-law, 4-year varsity award winner, and a 3-year starter. Terrence has played in 38 career games and has recorded over 150 total tackles, 44 tackles for loss, and 17 and a half sacks. Terrence currently leads the conference in sacks and is 3rd in the conference in forced fumbles. Number 3, Terrence Allen. Number 10, wide receiver Marquise Hines, accompanied by dad Marquise Hines Sr. and mother Michelle White Denny. Brian Denny is stepfather and brother Damon Denny. Marcus is a native of Green Bay, Wisconsin, where he played at Green Bay Southwest High School. He is majoring in exercise and sports science, been a member of the football team for 4 years, and has earned 3 varsity letters. He has played in 26 career games as a Redman, recorded 44 receptions and 504 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. From Green Bay, Wisconsin, number 10, Marquise Hines. 25 is defensive back James Sawa. He's escorted today by his dad Larry and his mom Diana. He's from Roselle, Illinois, where he played football at Lake Park High School. Majoring in marketing, has participated on special teams for 4 years at Carthage, and a 2-year letterman for the Redmen. 25, James Sawa. 20, Sam Calderero. He's being escorted by his mom, Connie Calderero, and his dad, Steve, a native of McHenry, Illinois, where he attended Marion Central Catholic High School. Double major in criminal justice and exercise and sports science. Will graduate early this January. Sam has played wide receiver and running back for the Redmen, has earned 4 varsity letters, has played in 29 career games, recorded 19 receptions for 176 receiving yards, and has rushed for 34 yards on 6 carries with a touchdown. Also played an intricate role on special teams. Running back number 26, Sam Calderero. 42, linebacker Rocco Zaccaro. Accompanied by his dad Dominic and his mom Laura. Rocco is from Addison, Illinois, where he attended Addison Trail High School. Majoring in business management, a 2-year starter and a 4-year varsity letter winner. Rocco has played in 38 career games, 65 total tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss. From Addison, Illinois, 42, Rocco Zaccaro. Number 44 is fullback Mark Clark, being accompanied this afternoon by his brother Danny Eccles. Mark is a native of Downers Grove, Illinois, where he attended Downers Grove South High School. He is majoring in exercise and sports science and minoring in communications and sociology. He's played fullback for the Redmen, where he's earned 3 varsity letters. He's played in 32 career games, recorded 8 receptions for 113 total receiving yards, a main component of the Redmen offense, helping Carthage rush for an average of 226 yards per game this 2015 season, 3rd in the CCIW. From Downers Grove, Illinois, 44, fullback Mark Clark. Number 74 is offensive lineman Jake Alton, escorted this afternoon by his dad Edward and mom Leah. Jake is from Loveland, Ohio, where he attended Loveland High School. Majoring in marketing, carries a 3.0 GPA, has played in the offensive line for the Redmen for all 4 years, and has earned 4 varsity letters. Jake has played in 30 career games, been a 3-year starter for the Redmen. This season he has 57 knockdowns in 8 games, one of the main and vital components of the Redmen rushing attack, again ranked 3rd in the CCIW. Offensive lineman from Loveland, Ohio, number 74, Jake Alton. Number 76, offensive lineman Kevin Blank, escorted by his dad Michael and his mom Darla, brother Paul, and sister Julia. Kevin is from Neenah, Wisconsin, where he attended Neenah High School, majoring sociology. Kevin was a 2014-15 Art and Beverly Keller Student Athlete of the Year. He's played in 29 career games, a 3-year varsity letter winner, and also a 3-year starter. This season he has 35 knockdowns in 8 games. From Neenah, Wisconsin, number 76, Kevin Blank. Number 83, Brendan Dix, being escorted tonight by McCreen Keenan Dix, his mom, and Richard Dix, dad, Laura Dix, his sister, and brother Matthew Dix, grandmother Joanne Keenan, and grandmother Jean Cross. Brendan is from Oak Lawn, Illinois, where he played football at Richards High School. Majoring in criminal justice, plays tight end for the Redmen. Proud member of the Carthage football program for 4 years and a 2-year letterman for the Redmen. From Oak Lawn, Illinois, number 83, Brendan Dix. We are extremely proud of these young men and wish them the best of luck on their future endeavors after football. Thank you, seniors, for your dedication and leadership over the last 4 years. 2015 Carthage football seniors. Give them a big hand.
9 seniors being introduced here today as part of Senior Day here at Keller Field in Kenosha. And all 9 seniors now getting a group picture taken at midfield prior to today's ball game between Carthage and North Park. Let's give you the starting lineups. Let's start first for North Park. We'll give you the starting defense for North Park this afternoon. It is a 3-4 kind of alignment there, and a familiar name at the defensive end spot, Hunter Corrigan. A 6'2", 235-pound senior. He prepped at Bradford High School here in Kenosha. He's amongst the team leaders in tackles, has 38 tackles, 12 tackles for loss this season. K-John Joseph will also start at the defensive line, 6'1", 225, a sophomore out of Atlanta. Mark Memela, a 5'11", 230-pound sophomore out of Algonquin, Illinois. And then the safety today will be Matt DeFecchio. DeFecchio, a 6', 215-pound sophomore from Lake in the Hills, Illinois. The linebacking core, a very good core of linebackers led by Sean Maiava. Maiava is a 6'2", 220-pound sophomore from American Samoa, leads the team in tackles with 74 coming into the game here today. Joe Butts, 5'11", 205-pound senior out of Bensonville, Illinois. Brendan Dull, a 5'10", 205-pound senior out of Plano, Texas, rounding out the linebacking core. The secondary at the corners will be David Simmons and Robbie Hiller. Simmons, a 6'2 freshman out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Hillier, a 5'11 freshman out of Pasadena, California. The safeties will be Franz Dorsley. Dorsley, 6'1", 195-pound sophomore out of Miami. And Nick French, a 6'1", 225-pound sophomore out of Langley, Washington. The head football coach is Mike Conway for the North Park Vikings. Right now, the coin flip taking place at the center of the field. North Park has won the toss. They will defer. Carthage will receive. They will receive and defend the north end zone going right to left here this afternoon. We'll set the Carthage starting lineup immediately following our national anthem here this afternoon. Morgan Flynn, a junior from Wheaton, Illinois, a student majoring in music education here at Carthage College, will perform our national anthem.
Junior from Wheaton, Illinois, Morgan Flynn.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Morgan Flynn, a junior here at Carthage College from Wheaton, Illinois, with our national anthem this afternoon. A beautiful afternoon for football. Sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 40s. A bit breezy, wind out of the northwest at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. That will affect play here today, going from left to right, going into that wind. And the Redmen will have the wind at their back when they receive the opening kickoff here this afternoon. They will be going from right to left. Ethan Ollis will start at quarterback this afternoon, the 6'2", 190-pound junior. He will be your starting quarterback today. We'll set the offense for you up front. Trussell, Isaiah Trussell at left tackle, Jacob Alton at left guard, Joe Godlewski at center, Kevin Blank is your right guard, and Rocco Rasnick is the right tackle. The wideouts will be James Cobbs and Eddie Miklas, the tight end, Javier Rhodes, fullback Mark Clark, and the tailback will be Lafayette McGarry. Cobbs and Bazarek standing inside the 10-yard line, awaiting the kick here this afternoon. Noah Moore does the kicking for North Park. The Vikings in the white jerseys, black pants, navy blue numerals, navy blue helmet. Redmen in the all reds today, red jerseys, red pants, white numerals, red helmets. We're just about set for football this afternoon on 1050 WLIP. John Weiser with you, glad you're along as Noah Moore puts a right foot into this one. Angles the kick toward the right hash mark. It'll take one hop, picked up by Cobbs at the 16, across the 20, out to the 25-yard line, and that's as far as he will pursue there. So it'll be 1st and 10 Redmen just across the room. John Weiser with you, glad you're along as Noah Moore puts a right foot into this one. Angles the kick toward the right hash mark. It'll take one hop, picked up by consecutive start for the Redmen at quarterback. 6 touchdowns on the season. He's completed 54% of his passes thus far. Redmen offense huddled around their co-offensive coordinator, Jared Elliott. He's on the field. Kyle Rooker up in the booth this afternoon. Redmen will come out with a single back look. That's McGarry, Lafayette McGarry, the freshman out of Chicago, Illinois. Lining up behind Ollis, who will line up in the pistol formation. From the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 Redmen. Ollis will give to McGarry. Right up the middle, big hole, and he is gone. McGarry across midfield to the 40. 45 inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line is Lafayette McGarry. A 51-yard run by McGarry, opening up the ball game. A huge hole up the right side for the Redmen, and McGarry was off to the races. So a 50-yard run to open up the ball game for the Redmen on the ground. Ball at the North Park 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Redmen. They'll go 3 receivers left side. Bazarek along with Miklas and Cobbs. This time it's to Peterson trying to go over the right side, and he is met and drilled to the turf almost immediately. Mayava was right there to make the play for the North Park Vikings. Actually lost a yard. Bring up a 2nd down and 11 for the Redmen. Had to go right back up that right side with Peterson that time, but Mayava shut the door. 2nd and 11 from the 26. Just underway. First play from scrimmage, a 50-yard run by Lafayette McGarry. Peterson is the lone tailback. Cobbs in motion to the right. He'll get the toss, put it on the turf, falls on it. Back at the 33-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. It was just going to be a little shovel pass, kind of a combination between shovel pass and a toss. And looked like Ollis lost control of it. Ollis that time was trying to hand it off to Cobbs and lost control of it. So quickly now a 3rd and long situation here for the Redmen. Loss of 7 makes it a 3rd and 18 back at the 33-yard line. Sago lined up in a slot to the right side with Cobbs. Bazarek and Miklas lined up here to the left side. Single back is Peterson on 3rd and 18. Ollis will step up, now under pressure, throwing as he's falling, completes the pass to Miklas, makes the catch inside the 20, fights his way inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. It'll be a 20-yard pickup. What a play by Ollis to hang in there as the pocket collapsed around him. Mayava actually had a hand on him, knocked him off balance and falling forward, still got the pass away to Miklas. who made the catch and picked up the first down. It'll go as a gain of 20 for Miklas. 1st and 10 Redmond at the North Park 13-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Cobbs, Bazarek, and Miklas. High snap, and Zelmo in at quarterback. He'll run it up the middle, and he is met and driven back there. Forward progress to about the 11-yard line before he is stood up and drilled backwards that time. A gain of 2 for Nick and Zelmo. So a 2nd and 8 upcoming here for the Redmen. Again, opening drive here for Carthage. 2 big plays, a 50-yard run by McGeary and a 20-yard pass completion to Miklas on 3rd down, extending this drive. Bazarek in a slot to the right side with Miklas. Cobbs lined up left side. And Zelmo remains the quarterback. This time they'll hand it off to Cobbs. Around the right side, has some room. Inside the 10. Gets to the 5, and he is hauled down there. Good coverage that time by David Simmons on the recovery that time. The freshman corner slid over and sealed off that lane to the outside numeral on the west part of the field. Once Cobbs got that handoff, he was trying to angle his way wide. Got wide of the numerals on the far side of the field, and that's where Simmons was able to step up and make the play. Short of the first down, it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2 here for the Redmen. The ball at the 5-yard line. Olis back in at quarterback, has Peterson as his tailback from the pistol. Now they'll roll Javier Rhodes to the right side along with the fullback Clark. They'll drag Miklas in motion to the left. They'll hand it off to Peterson. Dives his way forward, breaks a tackle inside the 5, very close to a first down before he is driven back. Looks like they'll give him full forward progress down to the 2-yard line, which should be enough for a first down. All kinds of motion that time as they got Rhodes, the tight end, and Clark, the fullback, lined up to the right side, then brought Miklas in motion back to the left and handed it off to Peterson, who then dove to the right side. So it is indeed a first down, 1st and goal Redmond from the 2. And the handoff goes to McGeary, trying to get to the far pylon. He will! Touchdown! Carthage College. Lafayette McGeary with the touchdown. His 3rd touchdown of the season. A 2-yard run, so McGeary with 27 yards on that drive. On the ground, caps it off with a 2-yard touchdown run, and the Redmen are on the board early, 6-0. Lance Unland, the freshman, on to kick the extra point. Good snap, ball down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 7-0 Redmond as they get 2 big plays on their opening scoring drive here this afternoon, as have they done in 6 of the 8 ball games now. Carthage has gotten on the board first. This one a 75-yard drive, a 50-yard run by McGeary to open up the ball game. And McGeary caps it off with the 2-yard touchdown run to the right. His 3rd score of the season. How about that play by Miklas? 20-yard reception on 3rd down as Olis was falling down. That would be an 8-play, 75-yard drive, 4 minutes, 17 seconds. So Klein now with the wind at his back will kick this one away. Anthony Burton standing deep. Matthew Chapp also back there standing inside the 5-yard line. Klein's run up, and the left footer gets this one up into the jet stream, and that'll drive Burton all the way back into the end zone. He's going to bring it out. No, he's going to stop short of the goal line. Thought better of it as there were 5 Redmen on special teams bearing down inside the 10-yard line. So it'll be North Park ball at their own 25-yard line. 10:41 to play here in our first quarter, a 7-0 Redmond lead. This will be our first look at T.D. Conway, the quarterback, the number 1 quarterback in the CCIW. He has thrown for over 1,850 yards so far this season, 10 touchdowns. Leads the league in attempts with 338, in completions with 171, and passing yardage with 1,858. He'll work from the pistol. Conway will throw on first down. Tries to dump it out here near side. Completes the pass across the 30 out to the 35-yard line before the player gets out of bounds. Devin Childress with the reception. Childress, the sophomore out of Villa Park, Illinois, second team all-conference a year ago, able to make that catch right in front of Richard Motter that time. Go as a gain of 11 and a first down for North Park. Conway again runs the delay. They'll run the football in a big hole up the middle. Inside the 45 out to midfield on a nice run that time. Philo Lankili with the run that time. Able to pick up the first down out to midfield. So two big plays and suddenly North Park at midfield. This time they'll go with a double back set, split behind the quarterback T.J. Conway. 1st and 10 North Park at the midfield stripe. Again they'll hand it off. And Gildy will get the carry and he'll take it across midfield down to the Redmond 46-yard line before he is wrapped up there. Making the stop for the Redmond. Linebacker Eric Freeman. Gain of 5, so sets up 2nd and 5 at the Redmond 45. Once again working from the gun. Conway looking to throw with time, launches it out far side. Sliding catch made by Burton at the Redmond 36-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Gain of 9 on the play to Burton. Just made a curl route that time. He was lined up on that left side, just ran it right down the hash, then curled back toward the outside numerals and made a sliding catch for the reception and the first down to the Redmond 36-yard line. 1st and 10 North Park, 8:59 to go. First quarter, 7-0 Redmond lead. North Park their first possession. Down to the Redmond 36-yard line. Conway again will hand it off. Lankilde gets to the line of scrimmage and he is hit and driven down there. Nice carry that time. Gansky there to make the stop. Nick Gansky out of New Berlin Eisenhower for the Redmond. Second and 7 upcoming here for the Vikings. Conway again wants to throw, sets up, delivers to Burton. Burton makes the catch and is spun out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. Anthony Burton, his second reception on this drive. Once again, Gansky able to wrestle him out of bounds short of the first down to bring up a 3rd and 5 for North Park. Vikings 32% on 3rd down this season. That's good for 7th in the league. Got the Redmond to move. They got back. No, they did not. Flag is down. A free play, and they'll get the first down via the penalty. Got the Redmond to jump on the hard count that time, and the first penalty of the ball game is going to go against the Redmond, jumping into the neutral zone. Here's the call from our referee here this afternoon, Paul Keating.
Outside defense number 3, 5-yard penalty, brings up first down.
Terrence Allen, one of the graduating seniors on this Redmond team. The guilty party flinched and jumped the neutral zone prior to the snap, and the penalty will give the Vikings a first down. So 1st and 10 North Park, the ball to the Redmond 26-yard line. Conway from the pistol will hand it off. And it was Lankilde able to make the carry that time. Gain of about 1 down to the 25-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down and 9 here for the Vikings. Clock rolling, 7:20 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Redmond lead. Carthage showing blitz here on 2nd down. Conway with a long count here. He'll get the snap, play fake. Drifts to his left, now throws back over the middle and is broken up and nearly intercepted, intended for Burton at the goal line. And there to jump the route in double coverage that time for the Redmen. That was Moaso Bumba, the freshman out of Urbana, Illinois, breaking up that pass. Nearly had the pick, kind of went up there, and it was Burton who slapped it away from Bumba. So Burton, the intended receiver, turned into a defensive back that time to slap that one away from Bumba. 3rd down and 9 from the Redmen 25. 3 receivers to the right here for the Vikings. Now penalty marker as the play clock expired. This will be a delay of game call here.
5-yard penalty
against the North Park Vikings. So it takes him out of a 3rd and 9, makes it a 3rd and 14. What's surprising there is the Vikings, the least penalized team in the CCIW coming into play this week. The fewest penalties thrown against the Vikings this year. So they don't make too many of these mistakes. Move the ball back to the 30-yard line, makes it a 3rd and 14. Conway again will send 3 receivers out with some time. Coming back right side. Ball was thrown low and it was incomplete. Short out Burton at the 5-yard line. Side judge, the head linesman, and the back judge all at the same time ruled that one incomplete. We look at the replay and it did hit the turf. Good call there. So a 4th down and 14 for North Park. And there'll be field goal would be a try into the wind here. It would be a 47-yard attempt into the wind. So it appears the offense is going to stay on the field here for North Park. Late substitutions here as well. Conway's got to hurry here, 6 on the play clock. 4th and 14 from the 30. Conway will get the snap, play fake, now under Chase. Chased out of the pocket, flush to the left side, still on his feet, dumps it down the field, and it's through the receiver's hands. Burton, incomplete. He was there inside the 5-yard line. It was kind of a soft toss that kind of knuckled its way to Burton. He did get a hand on it, but was unable to come up with it. As good pursuit that time by the Redmen defensively. Darren Funches on that outside came in on a blitz. Was right in the face of T.D. Conway. So the incomplete pass turns it over on downs back to the Redmen with 6:32 to play first quarter. Carthage leading by a score of 7-0. So 1st and 10, Redmen at their own 30-yard line. Olis will get the offense set. And this time coming around the near side with it is London Townsend. Townsend will take it down the near sideline. He will take it all the way down the sideline and knocked out of bounds. Inside the 15, down to the North Park 14-yard line, London Townsend. Just a simple sweep play around the near side. We do have a penalty marker back near the 40-yard line, so I got a feeling this one may be coming back. 2nd straight week, London Townsend with a big run to the outside. We'll check in with Paul Keating.
Illegal block below the waist. Offense, number 44. 15-yard penalty. 1st down.
So illegal block charge to Mark Clark for the Redmen. So it'll be 1st and 25 for the Redmen back at the 15-yard line. So it wipes out a 40-yard run by London Townsend. Moves the Redmen into a hole here. 1st and 25 for Carthage at their own 15-yard line. Townsend will stay in the ball game. He is the lone tailback this time. Olis will work from the pistol. Slot receiver to the left is Bazarek lined up with Cobbs. This time they'll roll Olis out to his left on a play fake. He'll keep it, pump fake across the 15, 20, and out of bounds just across the 20-yard line. They'll officially mark him out at the 22. A gain of 7 that time on the scramble by Ethan Olis. Faked the handoff to Townsend going right, then rolled to his left. Pump faked and then took it across the line of scrimmage for a 7-yard scamper. 2nd and 18 for the Redmen at their own 22-yard line. Cobb's the single receiver here to the near side. Miklas and Bazarek lined up to the right side, the far side of the field here. Redmond going right to left here in this first quarter. Rhodes the tight end in motion. The give this time is to Townsend. Big hole up the middle again. London Townsend with a good strong run out to the 29-yard line. A 7-yard pickup for Townsend. Brendan Dull, the linebacker, finally got him to the turf. So 3rd and 11 here for the Redmen. Clock rolling, 5:05 to go here in this first quarter. A 7-0 Redmond lead, a 2-yard touchdown run by Lafayette McGarry. The only score of the ball game. Olis will work from the pistol. Rhodes the tight end in motion to the left. Olis looks right, throws left. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage and knocked down. It's intended for Cobbs here on the near side, and getting a hand on it for North Park was Jefferson Paz, a defensive back out of Chicago Steinmetz, who made the play that time to knock that pass down. So Redmond forced to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fred McCann, the junior out of Union Grove High School, set to punt this one away. Gets a good snap, gets this one away. A low end-over-end kick that will bounce and roll. Take a favorable Redmond roll inside the 30 and will roll dead at the 26-yard line. That's where it'll roll dead. So a 46-yard punt that time for McCann, most of that on the roll. And that'll give it the ball back to North Park. 4.5 minutes to play here in our first quarter. A 7-0 Redmond lead. Halftime today, there'll be a monument dedication. There's a granite monument just as the Redmen leave the locker room in honor of Tim Rux, the late football coach for both the Redmen and North Park. We'll have that during the halftime ceremony. We'll carry that live here on WLIP during our halftime programming this afternoon. 1st and 10 North Park from their own 25. They'll swing the pass out far side. Catch is made by Jarrell Shipp, and Shipp down the far sideline across the 40 out to the 47-yard line. Shipp able to make something out of nothing there. It looked like he was bottled up back at the line of scrimmage as Terrence Allen had a chance to get to him and just darted right out of his tackle and picked up, put 19 and a first down. 1st and 10 North Park at their own 46. Conway again wants to throw with some time. Delivers over the middle, completes the pass. With the catch coming over the middle that time, Delano Braxton. Braxton, a sophomore at Hubbard High School in Chicago. Stopped just short of the first down and a gain of 9 down to the Redmond 45-yard line. So 2nd and 1. This is a dangerous down here. It wouldn't surprise me to see Conway try and take a shot here. 2nd and 1 from the Redmond 45. Conway instead hands it off, and the back hit in the backfield and driven down for a loss back at the 49-yard line. A loss of 4 on the play on the carry by David Simmons. Simmons, who's listed as a defensive back, taking the carry that time. So 3rd and 3 here for North Park. Under 3 minutes to go here in the quarter. Conway, empty backfield. Delivers, pass high, intended for Burton and incomplete. Would have been very close to a first down had he made the reception. However, Richard Motter was right there as well. So again, Burton unable to handle the pass, and now the punting unit coming on for North Park. John Giesking does the punting for the Vikings. Bazarek is standing at the 10-yard line looking into a very bright sun. high sky here today. Lots of blue sky and a bright sunshine. High snap back to Giesking, pulls it down, gets this one away. Gets it to turn over. Bazarek signaling for and making a fair catch at the 12-yard line. So Bazarek makes the fair catch at the 12, a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Redmen will take over with 2:43 to play, leading by a score of 7-0. Other scores in the CCIW this afternoon. Illinois Wesleyan is hosting Wheaton today. And in that contest, it is a 13-0 Wheaton lead. 7 minutes to go, first quarter, down in Bloomington. Augustana and North Central this afternoon. Cardinals leading the Vikings 6-0 down in Rock Island today. 1st and 10 from the 12, and the handoff up the middle again. Big hole for the running back. Lafayette McGarry out to the 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of 14 and a first down. Now, Redmond getting up the field, the lineman up into the second level that time to open up a huge hole for McGarry, who picks up the first down out to the 26-yard line. Quite an afternoon for Lafayette McGarry. 3 carries, 66 yards now. 1st and 10, Redmond at the 26. Olis will turn and give to McGarry again. Met at the line of scrimmage and dropped down. Maiava got him low at the line of scrimmage, tripping him up. Spinning into a herd of Vikings that time. Gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Redmen. 1:55 to go here in our first. Carthage scoring on their opening drive. Bazarek and Miklas lined up here to the near side. Cobbs to the far side. From the 27, 2nd and 9. Olis will turn and give, and McGarry met in the backfield and dropped there. Once again, Maiava. He is having quite the year. We expect him to garner some votes for all-conference this year. Sean Maiava out of American Samoa. 74 tackles coming into the game here today. That's his 18th tackle for a loss this season. He's a very good one, and only a sophomore. Now the Redmen faced with 3rd and long here. 3rd and 11. Back at the 25-yard line. McGarry the single back. Olis will work from the pistol. 4 receivers going out. Sago a slot to the left. Bazarek a slot to the right. Olis will step up, hit as he delivers and throws it incomplete, looking for Bazarek on a crossing route across the 40-yard line. The pass was high and away from Bazarek, brings up 4th down, and the Redmen will punt. This time it'll be Unland doing the punting here. And his numbers have really taken a tumble. Boy, the first 3-4 weeks of the season he was doing very well punting the football. And they'll stop the play clock here. They want to reset the play clock to 25. That's the delay here. The play clock reset to 25. Unland in to punt. His first punt attempt, I think, this season. He'll get this one away, and that's why. It was a low end-over-end kick once again that will roll across midfield. Take a favorable roll inside the Viking 25-yard line and will roll dead at the 24. 48-yard punt that time for Unland, most of that on the roll. That looked like one of my 3-woods from earlier this summer. It was not pretty. But it got the job done. Wish I could say that about my 3-wood. 1st and 10, North Park. 34 seconds to play. We're in the first quarter here in Kenosha this afternoon. Glad you're with us. T.D. Conway will work again from the shotgun. And Kilda, the single back, and he'll get the call. He'll fight his way across the 25 out to the 26-yard line, short of the first down. KJ Simpson, the Defensive Player of the Week this week in the CCIW, able to step up and make the tackle for the Redmen. And the Vikings are going to let the clock run out here as our first quarter comes to an end. They'll have the wind at their back when we return. Carthage leading North Park 7-0 on your home for Redmen Athletics, Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
And in the first quarter of the score, Carthage 7, North Park 11.
One quarter in the books here at Keller Field in Kenosha. John Weiser with you. 7-0 Carthage leading. Lafayette McGarry 2-yard touchdown run on the opening drive for the Redmen. The only score of our ball game. 2nd down and 7 here for North Park to begin our second quarter. The Vikings going right to left. Conway will empty the backfield. Blitz is on. Conway being chased, and down he goes. KJ Simpson tripped him up in the backfield. Simpson with the sack for the Redmen. Simpson blew through the right side of the offensive line and got a hand on the ankle that time of T.D. Conway and tripped him off balance and forced him to the turf back at the 13-yard line. Be a loss of 14. We'll set up a 3rd and 21 now for North Park. Ball back at the 12-yard line. Conway calling the play from the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the right, and now a quick timeout taken by T.D. Conway. Didn't like what he saw out there, changed the play, and will take the timeout. That'll give us a chance to run down some scores in the CCIW this afternoon. Big game going on down in Bloomington, and Illinois Wesleyan getting blown out. 20-0, Wheaton leading Illinois Wesleyan. Still in the first quarter, about 2 minutes left in that first quarter. Down in Rock Island, North Central leading Augustana 7-0. That game early in the first quarter as well. Other game underway, about a minute to go, first quarter down at Elmhurst this afternoon. Milliken leading the Blue Jays by a score of 7-0. With the win today, Wheaton would clinch a share of first place. They would have handed North Central their only loss. Illinois Wesleyan would suffer their second loss, so in a sense, Wheaton would clinch the conference title with a win today. And that will be the opponent next week for the Carthage Redmen. They'll play down at Wheaton next Saturday at McCulley Field. We'll get our look at the Wheaton Thunder. They're tune-up prior to heading to the NCAA playoffs. 3rd and 21 here for North Park. Play fake, Conway, hitch and go. Ball is up for grabs. It'll be picked off and intercepted by Virgil Young at the 40-yard line. Young returning it back inside the 30 with a late penalty marker thrown down. Carthage gets yet another pick from that Young backfield. Virgil Young, his 2nd interception of the season, a freshman out of Lake Bluff. It was Conway just throwing the hitch and go and just threw it up for grabs that time, well over the intended target. And Virgil Young standing back there almost like a punt, just found himself underneath that pass and made the pick. And we do have a penalty marker down at the 20-yard line.
Intercepting team, number 57, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So block in the back after the interception, charge to Pete Laughlin. Carthage will keep possession. Ball will be spotted back at the 41-yard line. See where they put it down. The umpire going to put it at the 40. So that's where the Redmen will take over. Redmen now +5 in conference play and turnover takeaway. They were as bad as a -13 overall. But in conference play now, they have done a better job protecting the ball and coming away with takeaways. And they do so again here today in the Virgil Young interception. They'll line up in the I formation here. Olis will work in under center. Clark the fullback. The tailback is Tristan Peterson. And Olis play fake, wants to throw. Now scrambling to his left. And now will just go down. He'll take the sack. First sack given up by the Redmen in 3 games. As Olis will officially go down back at the 43-yard line. Sean Maiava getting credited for the sack, and we have to laugh because Bosco is having a hard time with that name. It's Sean, C-H-A-U-N, Maiava, M-A-I-A-V-A. Not Mava, Maiava. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Just underway, second quarter. Redmen leading 7-0 on a pick here by Virgil Young. The pitch out near side, caught by Miklas across the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Is Miklas short of the first down. Making the play for North Park, Matt DeFecchio. Coming across to make that stop for the Vikings. Bring up 3rd down and 3. Need to get to the 30 for the first down. Play clock down to 12 here, and Zelmo is in now at quarterback, and he will run it. And Anselmo trying to high step his way forward, fights his way inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 4-yard pickup for Nick Anselmo. As Maiava tried to chop him down at the ankles, he jumped over Maiava's tackle attempt and fell forward across the 30 down to the 29-yard line to pick up the first down. Carthage converting now on 3rd down, 3 of 5 this afternoon on 3rd downs. Anselmo remains in, empty backfield. He'll take the snap. Wants to throw, going over the middle, looking for Cobbs, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Pass was thrown short, had nothing on it at all. And Anselmo's pass picked off. Cobbs was in double coverage that time. And making the interception was David Simmons, the freshman out of Indianapolis. They said he made the catch at the 2-yard line, so they will put the football there at the North Park 2. Like his momentum took him back into the end zone.
The end zone, by rule, the ball is placed on the 2-yard line, first down.
Paul Keating explaining what I was just about to say, but that was a poorly thrown ball by Anselmo. Well underthrown into the wind and didn't have much on it at all. Turnover, Carthage gives it right back to North Park. 12 minutes to go here in our first half. Carthage leading 7-0. This time they'll put 3 men in the backfield here, protecting T.D. Conway. Conway will hand it off. And met just across the goal line. Boy, very close to being a safety that time. On the carry was Matthew Chapp, freshman out of Riverside, Illinois. Lost a yard back to the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. He was dangerously close to not getting out of the end zone that time. Redmond stacked that play up immediately. 2nd and 11 from the 1-yard line. Conway again will work from the pistol. Play fake to Chapp from the back of the end zone, throwing it out, completes the pass. Out across the 19 down to the 20-yard line is Devin Childress with the catch in front of Virgil Young that time. He was able to get him down to the turf. Good protection up front for T.D. Conway that time, able to step up into that throw and hit Childress for the first down out to the 20-yard line, again a 19. So 1st and 10 Vikings at their own 20-yard line. Early here in the second quarter, they trail by 7. Conway, a little delay into the backfield, and handoff goes to Lankilda, and Lankilda stopped short of the line of scrimmage. You'll lose 2 back to the 18-yard line. Cedric Fry was there first along with Money to get the tackle for a loss. Cedric Fry had battled through an elbow injury to get back into the lineup the last couple of weeks for the Redmen. 2nd and 12. Ball at the 18-yard line. Slot left, slot right here for TD Conway with time. Goes over the middle, completes the pass to Burton. Burton out across the 25 and ushered out at the 26-yard line. Be a gain of 8 on the play for Burton, just running a crossing route from the slot from the left side. Got past the linebacker Money that time. Short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and 4 here for North Park. Vikings 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions today. Conway will work from the pistol, has Lankilda to his left. Behind him, off his left hip. With time, owing over the middle, and Childress got a hand on it, couldn't bring it down, incomplete. Impressive play there. Childress got one hand on it with the defender draped on his back. That was Connor Calvert. Still somehow was able to get his fingers on the football, but unable to bring it in for the reception. The punting unit coming back on for North Park. Clock stopped, 9:52 to go in the half. Giesking will come on to punt with the wind at his back. Bazarek standing at his own 30-yard line. Good snap, minimal rush. Giesking, backward end-over-end kick that will bounce and will be touched by a North Park player at the 44-yard line. Looked like Matthew Mailo, a freshman out of America Samoa, was coming down the field, and that ball bounced and caught him in the shin at the 44-yard line, which would have stopped a pretty nice roll on that punt. So just a 30-yard punt that time. Will give the Redmen the football at their own 44-yard line with 9:41 to play. Carthage leading 7-0. Touchdown on the opening drive for the Redmen this afternoon. Townsend now in the backfield behind Olis, the quarterback. He'll take the handoff. Townsend breaking a tackle across the 45 out to midfield. Gain of 6 for London Townsend out to the 50-yard line. Good job by the left half of that offensive line, and a nice block that time on the pull by Kevin Blank, the right guard, pulling that time. Able to take out his man, give London Townsend the hole. So 2nd and 4 for the Redmen right at midfield. Clark in motion now, the fullback. The ride goes to Townsend, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to be buried behind the line back at the 45-yard line. Be a loss of 5 by Townsend. Again, Maiava able to blow up that play once again defensively. Good job by the defensive lineman up front. It was Jefferson Paz, the defensive back, who strung that play out to the near sideline here and forced London back to the inside, back into the wash, so to speak, and Maiava was able to finish him off. So a 3rd and 9 at the 45-yard line. 3 receivers to the left here for the Redmen. Bazarek along with Miklas and Cobbs. They'll try and dump it out. Screen pass here near side. Townsend diving forward across midfield. And he'll get to the 47-yard line. Covered up on the play that time by Hunter Corrigan, the Bradford alum, senior defensive lineman for North Park. Short of the first down, and so the Redmen looks like they will go for it here on 4th down. And Zomo in. Now he has quick kicked from this position, so see what the Redmen do here. He'll work from the shotgun, empty backfield. He'll take the snap, and that's what he'll do. Just a quick kick that will bounce inside the 20 and roll dead at the 14-yard line. 24-yard punt, down to the 14-yard line, but effective. It'll count as one inside the 20 for Anselmo. North Park will get the ball back. 7.5 minutes to play, first half. A seesaw battle defensively here. 7-0, Redmond with the lead. Update some scores in the league this afternoon. It's now 20-6, Wheaton on top of Illinois Wesleyan, early second quarter. North Central 14, Augustana nothing. Second quarter score in Rock Island. Milliken continues to lead Elmhurst 7-0 that game early second quarter. Conway will run with the ball up left side. Conway with some room across the 20, and he's belted by Greg Money at the 22-yard line. T.D. Conway doesn't run much, but found something that time. Gain of 9 on the play before Money put a shoulder into him to the turf. Brings up 2nd and 1. And again, I always call this the dangerous down for T.D. Conway, the junior. His dad, the head coach. This is where you look for Childress or Burton deep. Conway, play fake, comes up short, and Burton dropped it. Burton was there, would have had enough for the first down, but it went through his hands, incomplete. Anthony Burton, the senior out of Round Lake, Illinois. 36 catches a year ago and a pair of touchdowns. This season, 41 receptions and a pair of touchdowns. So quickly a 3rd and 1. North Park 0 for 4 now on third downs today. And Kilda, the single back behind T.D. Conway. Working from the pistol. Will give it. And the ride, and nowhere to run as they'll dink him down back at the 22-yard line. Check that was Cavante Spearman on the carry, the freshman out of O'Fallon, Illinois. He'll lose yardage back to the 22-yard line, and it'll bring up 4th down, and so North Park, once again unable to extend the drive, will be forced to punt. Defenses have come to play here this afternoon. Giesking will punt this one with the wind. It's a good snap. End over end kick. It will bounce at midfield. Bazarick will get away from it. Takes a beautiful North Park roll inside the 25 and will bounce dead at the 23. 55-yard punt that time for Giesking on the roll. And so the Redmen backed up at the 23-yard line. 5:57 to go here in the first half. A 7-0 Redmond lead. Scoring on the opening drive here this afternoon. Getting a 50-yard run by McGeary, a 20-yard reception by Miklas. And McGeary capping off that drive with a 2-yard touchdown run. McGeary in there now at tailback. From the pistol, Ethan Ollis will take the snap and give to McGeary. Up the middle, McGeary goes, and he'll get a yard, and that's it. Tripping him up at the line of scrimmage. French able to make the play. Nick French, sophomore out of Langley, Washington. The safety that time, filling the hole. Able to come up big. Gain of 1, 2nd down 9. We got a timeout here. Vikings take their second timeout. This one on defense, coming with 5.5 minutes to play here in our first half. Well, we want to wish the Redmond soccer team best of luck tonight. The Steve Doman and the Redmond soccer team playing in the CCIW championship match tonight right here at Keller Field. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff tonight as they will take on North Central College. The winner will get the automatic bid into the NCAA soccer tournament next week. And of course, basketball comes your way starting next weekend. Next Friday, it'll be men's basketball, the Carthage Classic. The early game will feature Robert Morris of Peoria against Adrian College. And then Carthage Redmond will take on Iowa Wesleyan. That's the game we will broadcast for you here on 1050 WLIP. And that'll be the second game of that tournament on Friday. And that'll be an 8 o'clock scheduled tip. We'll have it for you right here on 1050 WLIP. And then the winners will meet at the 4 o'clock championship game Saturday afternoon. And the losers of those two games will face off at 2 o'clock right here from the beautiful Tarbell Athletic and Recreation Center in the Tarbell Arena. Hope to see you out in person next weekend. Redmond basketball returning. Should be an interesting season for Redmond basketball. Good group of guys. Scrimmage last night up at MSOE. They've got one more scrimmage Monday against Aurora here at Carthage. And then it's for real next Friday. Second and long, McGeary getting the call, and he's got nothing doing. Stopped at the line of scrimmage and driven back there. Good defense once again by North Park. And we've got an injured Redmond lineman down at the 20-yard line. So play has been stopped. Can't make out the uniform number here of the player that's down. It's one of the offensive linemen. Working on his lower left leg. Jake Denauer, the head athletic trainer here at Carthage College, and his staff out there. Not quite sure who that is. Don't want to speculate till we see who get up. Hopefully we'll get up and walk under his own power. Denauer's still working on that left leg. Well, the Redmen have been virtually injury-free up front. And that is Isaiah Trussell, the big left tackle, 6'3", 320 pounds out of Racine. The injured Redmond player being assisted off the field here. So Griffin Schaefer will come in now to take his spot. So Schaefer now in at left tackle for the Redmen. Carthage facing a 3rd and 8 from their own 25-yard line. Olis wants to pass, will swing it out, completes the pass out across the 34-yard line, and the catch made and the first down attained here for the Redmen. It was Miklas who made the catch out there on that far side. And 4 or 5 different North Park players were in trying to take that ball away, but Miklas hung on to pick up the first down. Carthage now 4 for 7 on 3rd down conversions today. 1st and 10 Carthage from their own 34. McGeary the single back. Oldest will work from the pistol. Has Bazaric and Miklas split to the left. Cobbs, the lone receiver, split to the right. Rhodes the tight end in motion to the left. Play fake to McGeary. Olis now with time. Wants to throw. Has Bazaric open. Makes the catch. Out across the 45 and out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Bazaric with the reception. They'll mark him out at the 40. 26-yard pickup and a first down for the Redmen on the pitch from Olis to Bazaric. So 1st and 10 Redmen at the 40. Nick Anselmo on now for the Redmen. Anselmo will empty the backfield. Cobb's the single receiver to the left, 2 tight ends in there now, and Anselmo's going to run, and Anselmo's going to go down at the line of scrimmage. Fumbled the football. Let's see if he coughed it up. And they're going to give the ball back to the Redmen. He fell on it. Anselmo has thrown an interception already today. Not one of his better starts here today for Carthage.
No gain on the play, second down and 10 from the 40.
He was down, his knee was down when that ball came out. No gain on the play, second down and 10. Olis back in there at quarterback. So Anselmo has struggled when he has come in. Did pick up a first down earlier, but he was responsible for throwing the interception earlier in the half. 3:15 to play here in this first half, a 7-0 Redmond lead. 3 receivers to the left, and now Carthage forced to take a timeout with the play clock at 0. They haven't gotten a report yet on the Lady Reds volleyball. They are going to face Elmhurst later today in the CCIW Conference Championship match. Again, the winner of that match will head to the NCAA tournament next week. So congratulations to Leanne Ulmer getting her team into the championship match of the women's volleyball tournament down in Milliken this weekend. They defeated Illinois Wesleyan last night, the Lady Reds did, to Elmhurst knocked off homestanding Milliken. And the Redmond soccer team getting into the championship match via their 0-0 tie with Elmhurst, but winning it on penalty kicks in one of the most bizarre penalty kicks. Went 17 rounds. Penalty kicks last night before it was finally decided the other night. So Carthage facing a 2nd and 10 following the timeout. They have 2 remaining. North Park with 1 timeout remaining. Olis back in at quarterback, sends Cobbs in motion near side, and they'll hand it off to Cobbs on a high snap. Cobbs trying to get the edge inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line as Cobbs. And the ball popped out, but to make the play for the Vikings was Matthew Maialo. Going to chase him down. Again, the snap was high that time, and the timing a little bit off on the exchange between Olis and Cobbs. Kyrie Sago in now as the extra slot receiver. He'll line up in a slot left with Cobbs. Slot right is Bazarek along with Miklas. 3rd and 8. Here they come on the blitz. They pick it up. Olis looking for Bazarek. It's over his shoulder and out of bounds and incomplete. Bazarek, the intended target that time. Pass was just over his outside shoulder. Nick French back there in coverage for North Park. And once again, the Redmond drive stalls out at midfield. 2:18 to play, 4th down, and Anselmo on for presumably a quick kick here. Get the snap, and again we'll boot this one, try and get it out of bounds near the coffin corner, and he does. Nice job. Inside the 10-yard line, they'll mark it out at the 8. 30-yard punt out of bounds at the 8. Second one inside the 20 this afternoon for Nick Anselmo. And so North Park with 1 timeout remaining, 2:11 to play in the half, will start from their own 8-yard line. They've had drives today that started from their 8-yard line. They've had a drive that started at their own 2-yard line. Lankilda in as a running back behind T.D. Conway working out of the pistol. 3 receivers to the right of the formation for the Vikings. 1st and 10 from their own 8. Conway will fake the handoff, will throw it complete out across the 20, out to the 24-yard line, and a first down for the Vikings. Making the catch for the Vikings that time was Travis Dorczynski. Dorczynski, a freshman out of Rockford, Illinois. They're in the hurry up at the 24-yard line. Gain of 16 and a first down for North Park. Conway again from the gun. Looking to throw with time and throws it behind Childress and incomplete. Childress trying to camp down out there on that 30-yard line. And the ball was thrown behind him, tried to stop and reach behind him to make the catch, but could not come up with it. Getting that wind out of that northwest forcing that ball away from Childress that time. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped, minute 47 to play in the half. North Park trailing 7-0. They have the football at their own 24-yard line. Empty backfield here for Conway. 4-man rush. And Conway will dump it off, completes the pass in traffic and roped down out across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Braxton with the catch. Somehow made that play in traffic. Laughlin able to finally get him to the turf. Just a 3-yard gain to bring up a 3rd and 7 for North Park. Clock rolling, minute 19 to play. Redmond showing blitz here. Now Money will back off, as does Simpson. Now Money goes out in coverage. They'll come back near side. Burton with the catch at the 40-yard line and wrestled out of bounds. Burton forward progress to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13 should be enough for a first down for North Park. And again, the offensive line giving Conway just enough time to find Burton. Driven out by Motter that time. Clock stopped, 59 seconds to play. They want to add some time to the clock. Minute 2 seconds here is what they want. They want to put 3 seconds back on the clock. So minute 2 remaining here. North Park from their own 40-yard line. Trailing 7-0. Only score coming on the opening drive in the first quarter by the Redmen. Conway again with time, throws it. Looking once again for Braxton, but it's broken up, incomplete. Connor Calvert out there, able to break that one away from Braxton. Clock stopped, 58 seconds to play. 2nd down and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Have done a pretty good job up to this point of containing the passing game at North Park. Again, they'll empty the backfield here for TD Conway. And Keeley will step up to the line of scrimmage. Conway with all kinds of time looks to throw, and it's incomplete, looking for Braxton again. Overled him by a couple of steps that time. So Conway having an off afternoon as well, timing-wise. Quickly now, 3rd and 10 for North Park with 55 seconds to play in the half. So 3rd and 10 from the 40. Again, Conway empties the backfield from the shotgun. Has time, comes back near side, diving grab, inbounds was Burton. Conway was hit. Check that, that's an offensive lineman that's down back at the 30-yard line. Anthony Burton with a nice diving catch going out of bounds at the Carthage 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 16 and a first down. And check out the injured North Park player. It's one of their linemen that's down. He's sitting up at the 35-yard line. Might be their left tackle, we'll see. Their training staff out there along with a member of the Carthage training staff. And the player is sitting up at the 35-yard line. Play is stopped with 50 seconds to go here in the half. North Park into Redmond territory at the Carthage 46 when play resumes. Because it's under 2 minutes, North Park will be charged an injury timeout here. And will have to lose their final timeout here of this first half. It's Epa Moanonu Moananu, the 6'3", 300-pound senior out of American Samoa, the injured player, and he is very gingerly walking with some assistance to the far sideline. Not putting much weight at all on that right leg. So Matthew Davis will come in now at left tackle. 1st and 10 North Park at the Redmond 46-yard line. Clock will roll. Play fake. Conway with time. Looking back near side. Penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage. Pass is broken up, intended for Burton. Connor Calvert able to break it up, and I believe this might be coming back for a holding call. It was thrown by the head linesman here on the near side. Paul Keating, a referee.
Holding, offense number 72, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Didn't take long for the football to find the replacement player. That was Matthew Davis, who just came in, replacing Moananu, who left with injury. He's the guilty party on the holding call. Moves the football back to the North Park 44-yard line. 1st and 20 for North Park with 40 seconds to play in the half. Conway again, play fake, has the ball on his hip, wants to throw, goes over the middle. It is caught by Burton inside the 30, down to the Redmond 25-yard line, good for a North Park first down. And Redmond say there was a fumble on the play, but the officials have not signaled, and it's going to be North Park ball at the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 North Park. Clock rolling. 30 seconds to play in the half. Conway play fake again with time. Lobs it downfield looking for Childress. Well overthrown, incomplete. Had Childress at the goal line, but that pass a good 10 yards ahead of him. Thrown incomplete. Again, that ball sailing on Conway with the wind at his back. Got too much air underneath that gusting northwest wind. Incompletion stops the clock with 23 seconds to go. Spearman in now as the single running back, as Conway will work from the pistol. Play fake to Spearman with time, throwing far side, ball in the air. It's knocked away, incomplete. Virgil Young again there for the Redmond to knock it away from Childress. Good job by Young. He was step for step with Childress, turned around at just the right time, found the football and knocked it away from Childress. Incomplete. 3rd and 10 with 19 seconds to go in the half. Ball at the Redmond 26-yard line. Conway again will work from the pistol with Spearman lined up behind him. Play fake to Spearman. Conway with time, comes back right side and throws it out of bounds. Incomplete, well overthrown. Pass was intended for Burton. Allen was on the chase that time. I think Conway saw Allen coming and had to dump that one away. So now let's see what North Park will do here. It'll be Noah Moore. It'll be a 43-yard field goal with the wind somewhat at his back. He'll kick it from the left hash. This could be a tricky kick here from the left hash, and the wind blowing from his right shoulder to left. Good snap. Ball is down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is no good. A line drive knuckler that misses left. And so North Park comes away empty on this drive, and it will remain a 7-0 ball game. 10 seconds remaining in the half. So Carthage will take over. I would expect the Redmen to take a knee here and head into the locker room leading 7-0. Regroup. North Park will get the football to start the second half. Olis has them lined up, and he will take the knee. And our first half comes to an end here at Carthage College and Keller Field in Kenosha. Carthage scoring on their opening drive this afternoon. The only score of the half, a Lafayette McGarry 2-yard touchdown run. That coming with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. And that's how it remains here through one half. Carthage 7, North Park nothing. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. Back with our halftime programming after this on AM 1050 WLIP.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Carthage Red Hot.
Well, the defense has ruled here in this first half. Carthage College leading at the half by a score of 7-0. Carthage took the opening kickoff. 2 big plays on that opening drive. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Right now, we're going to turn our attention to the north end of the stadium, where a very special dedication ceremony is about to take place. See, President Woodward is out there in the corner of the north end zone. Beverly Keller is here today, the First Lady of Carthage football. And we're going to have a very special dedication that will take place here at Keller Field here in just a moment. Until we get to that point, we'll tell you that Carthage took the opening kickoff, went 8 plays, 75 yards, a 50-yard run by Lafayette McGarry, a 20-yard catch by Eddie Miklas. That set up McGarry for a 2-yard touchdown run.
End of the field.
That made the score 7-0 in favor of the Redmen. That's how it remained throughout this ball game as the teams
Ladies and gentlemen,
traded
please
back and
direct your
forth.
attention to the north end of the field. Earlier this year, the Carthage community lost a graduate, former coach, mentor, colleague, and friend. We as a community, through the Carthage Staff Council today, remember and honor Tim Rux with the dedication of a permanent memorial near the football field he loved so much. Tim was the head football coach at Carthage for 18 years and was the head football coach at North Park University for 5. members of the Rux family, close friends, Beverly Keller, the widow of his Carthage coach, Art Keller, and Carthage president, Gregory Woodward, will now officially unveil that memorial near the Carthage players' entrance to the football field. The Staff Council thanks all of the members of the Carthage family who helped make this memorial possible. And we thank Tim for attitude, character, enthusiasm that he brought to all of us here at Carthage.
So a new memorial going up just as the players make the entrance to the field, just outside the gate itself here where the Redmen come onto the field. It's a stone plaque, or a stone monument I should say, with a bronze plaque with the likeness of head coach Tim Rux, and simply denotes his dedication and love for Carthage and the 18 years that he was the head coach here at Carthage College, and also has his attitude, character, enthusiasm. That was Tim Rux, and that's what he did, the ace. That's why you see the little ace stickers on the helmets this year. That was his way of noting your effort at Carthage College. If you were kind enough to get a card from Tim, that's what he always would put in there, ace, attitude, character, enthusiasm, and that was the type of gentleman that head coach Tim Rux was, and that'll be a permanent fixture here at Keller Field right as the players take the entrance to the field on the north end of the football stadium. 7-0 Carthage leading here. The opening kickoff, 8 plays, 75 yards, and 417. Lafayette McGarry, a 2-yard touchdown run. The only scoring of the half. A very close half in terms of numbers here. The North Park Vikings with 167 yards of offense. Carthage with 159 yards of offense. Redmen 89 on the ground, 70 in the air for their 159-yard total. North Park 15 on the ground, 152 in the air, as pretty much we expected here this afternoon. For the Redmen, leading ground gainer was Lafayette McGarry, 7 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown so far today. London Townsend, 3 carries for 8 yards. James Cobbs, 2 for 8, and Zomo, 3 carries, 6 yards. The passing department today, Ethan Ollis, 5 of 8 today for 70 yards, a long of 26. Officially did not get credited with a sack in that first half. That's important because the Redmen have given up the fewest number of sacks in the CCIW. Matter of fact, they've given up just 9 sacks on the season, and in conference play, in the 5 conference games, they've only allowed a total of 5 sacks so far. So it does not go as a sack on that one run by Ollis earlier in the half, so that string remains intact. However, Nick Anselmo threw the only pick of the afternoon. That was an interception in the end zone. Leading receivers, Eddie Miklas with 3 catches for 37 yards, a long of 19 today for the Redmen. For the North Park Vikings, T.D. Conway, 12 for 25, 152 yards. He was intercepted once and sacked once this afternoon. Anthony Burton with 6 receptions for 76 yards, a long of 30. Devin Childress, 2 catches for 30. Delano Braxton, 2 receptions for 12. Philo Lankilda, I should say, running the football today, just 5 carries for a net of 19 so far this afternoon. Carthage winning the time of possession, 16.5 to 13.5 over North Park. Third down conversions, Redmen 4 of 8 today, North Park 2 of 8. Neither team converting on 4th down. North Park 0 for 1 on 4th downs today. Teams combined for 7 punts in that first half. Carthage with 4, North Park with 3. Carthage 4 punts, 39-yard average. North Park 3 punts, 40-yard average. Penalties today, Carthage whistled 3 times for 30 yards. North Park 2 for 15. And your score here at the half, Carthage 7, North Park nothing. Taking a look at some of the other games going on in the conference today. Wheaton and Bloomington today with a win can clinch the conference title with a victory. And they are leading Illinois Wesleyan 20-10 with 6:45 to go in the first half in Bloomington this afternoon. It's Wheaton 20, Illinois Wesleyan 10. North Central on the road at Rock Island this afternoon. They're headed to the third quarter. And it's North Central Cardinals over Augustana, 21-3 in that contest. Justin Hunneford throwing a touchdown pass. Austin Bruning with a touchdown run for the Cardinals in that contest. 21-3 North Central on top of Augustana. Milliken shutting out Elmhurst at the half. It's 14-0 Milliken on top of the Blue Jays. Elmhurst has really struggled since losing their running back, Williams, Josh Williams, back in the lineup today, but just 6 carries for 29 yards and a long of 14 today for Williams. So since he went down, the Elmhurst offense went south. And they have really struggled, and they're posting a goose egg through one half against Milliken today in Elmhurst. 14-0 Big Blue on top of the Blue Jays. Other scores today out of the D3 football top 25. Number 1 ranked Mount Union is leading Baldwin Wallace today by a score of 21-0. Later this afternoon, second ranked Linfield takes on the Puget Sound. Just underway in lacrosse this afternoon, third ranked UW Oshkosh taking on UW La Crosse. Number 4 Wesley was upset today at home. They lost to Salisbury 38-35. Number 5 St. Thomas midway through the second quarter leading Carleton 23-3. Number 6 UW Whitewater is at UW River Falls today. Whitewater with a 21-6 lead at the half in River Falls. We mentioned number 7 Wheaton leading number 22 Illinois Wesleyan 20-10. That game late second quarter. Later on this afternoon, 8th ranked Hardin Simmons taking on East Texas Baptist. Number 9 Wabash leading Denison 31-7. That game in the third. Other scores in the Midwest, 14th ranked Platteville at UW Eau Claire today, and the Pioneers leading the Blue Golds 21-10. That game approaching halftime. A couple other scores to pass along to you. Lakeland leading Rockford 18-0. That game in the third. Olivet leads Concordia of Mequon 35-27 in Mequon this afternoon. That game also in the third. UW Stout at home today in Menominee, Wisconsin, defeating UW Stevens Point. That game in the second, 21-7. Blue Devils on top of Stevens Point. Other games going on this afternoon. Carroll University, which will be joining the CCIW next year, is at Beloit in a Midwest Football Conference tilt. And in that contest, it is Carroll leading Beloit by a score of 19-10. That game is at the half in Beloit. Another score I had up just moments ago, it was St. Norbert. They were at McAllister today. And in that contest, McAllister was leading 8-0 St. Norbert in that contest. That's a 16-7 McAllister lead. That game at the half in Minneapolis today. So interesting there. St. Norbert trying to get to 9-0 on the year, trailing 16-7. Here the Redmen lead by a score of 7-0 at the half over North Park. We'll pause and take a 60 break. When we come back, we'll get set for second half play here at Carthage College, Keller Field in Kenosha. Again, the Redmen leading the Vikings of North Park 7-0. Back in 60 on AM 1050 WLIP.
Aspect of interacting with customers and future clients. I'm a people person, so I just like to talk. The most fun would probably be developing a business plan or a marketing plan. We've done that a couple times for actual companies here in the area, talking to their employees or their CEOs and getting the gist of what they do, developing our own marketing plan for them or business plan to help further develop the process. After graduation, my dream honestly would be to work on a marketing team for the Olympics. Track and field specifically, because I run track and field here at Carthage. I just love the sport, but currently I'm in sales, so I'm just getting the foundation of marketing by selling first, and then from there I just move up the ranks. If you have that mindset, if you have the drive, if you're a people person, if you like to talk, then I would say go into marketing.
John Weiser back with you at beautiful Keller Field in Kenosha. Carthage and North Park this afternoon, wrapping up the home portion of the Redmen schedule. Redmen on the road next week to wrap up the season. They will be at Wheaton College to take on the Thunder. We'll be with you next Saturday afternoon at 12:30 with our pregame and a 1 o'clock kick from McCulley Field in Wheaton. Well, they are underway down in Decatur this afternoon in the Women's Volleyball Championship. Carthage Lady Reds taking on Elmhurst. They're in the first set, and Carthage leading 24-18, about to win that first set in that matchup. The winner of that match will move on to the NCAA tournament next week. So best of luck to Leanne Ulmer and the Lady Reds, again leading Elmhurst in the first set of that match, 24-18. That just underway down in Decatur this afternoon. Also want to give our shout out and best wishes to Coach Steve Doman and the men's soccer team. They will be in action here tonight as they will host North Central College in the CCIW Conference Championship match. The winner of that match will move on to the NCAA tournament next week as well. So those are some of the events going on. We'll try and keep tabs as that has now gone final. Carthage has won the first set in that match against Elmhurst, 25-19. So we'll keep an eye on that Lady Red score throughout the rest of the afternoon and see what the Redmen and North Park will do here in this second half. A defensive battle, 7-0 Redmen leading, scoring on the opening drive today, an 8-play, 75-yard drive in just over 4 minutes. The only score of our ball game. Redmen trying to end a 2-game losing skid at the hand of this North Park Viking team. Redmen coming in have dominated this series. As they come in here against North Park, 45-8-1 in the previous 54 meetings between these two schools. So North Park will get the football to begin our second half. Redmen have done a pretty good job here this afternoon of containing Conway. 12 of 25 for 152 yards. They've sacked him once. They've also gotten one pick today. Virgil Young with the interception today. Carthage turning the ball over just once in that first half. That was a Nick Anselmo interception. Otherwise, Ethan Ollis, fairly pedestrian half, 5 of 8 for 70 yards. So each team relatively even after that first drive. North Park with 167 yards of offense in that first half. Carthage with 159. So Carthage will kick off here from right to left. North Park will go against the wind here in this third quarter. Vikings not able to do too much with the wind in that second quarter. Drove it down into the inside the 25-yard line, but 43-yard field goal late was wide and to the left by Noah Moore. Burton and Chapp standing deep. Ricky Klein will put his left leg into this one. A high floating kick. Burton will circle and take at his own 5. Up the middle across the 15 to the 20. And Burton runs into a host of Redmond players there and is driven back just across the 20-yard line. Forward progress out to the 23, an 18-yard return for Burton. That will set the North Park Vikings up at their own 23-yard line. So defensively for the Redmen, Terrence Allen, Patrick Pervin, Cedric Fry, and Pete Laughlin up front. Rocco Zaccaro, Greg Money, and KJ Simpson, your linebackers. Virgil Young, Richard Motter, Chantrell Garner, and Connor Calvert, your secondary for the Redmen. 1st and 10 North Park at their own 23-yard line. T.D. Conway will hand it off. Langkilde met in the backfield and driven back for a loss at the 22-yard line. Cedric Fry was there for Carthage, along with KJ Simpson. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11. Again, we're just underway, third quarter here at Keller Field in Kenosha. Conway will work again from the pistol. He'll want to throw. He's got time. Looking to his right, completes the pass right side across the 30 out to the 34-yard line. With it is Childress. Devin Childress with the reception. Out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 12 and a 1st down for North Park. For Childress, that is his 3rd reception of the afternoon. So 1st and 10 North Park at their own 34. T.D. Conway wants to throw, has plenty of time. Now on the scramble right side. Richard Motter puts a shoulder into him, and Conway able to get across the 36 out to the 37-yard line. But Motter put a pretty good lick into the middle of T.D. Conway. Nearly coughed up that football as Conway bobbled it and hung on to it. So the keep out to the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for North Park. Conway, a first-team all-conference selection last year. Missing his brother Dakota Conway, who's out with an arm injury. TD throwing left side. It's thrown short. Intended for Childress out on the far side in front of the North Park sideline. Terrence Allen may have gotten a hand on it too. Looks like it changed direction just a little bit as Allen tried to make a leaping snare of that. So it becomes 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. Vikings 2 of 8 on 3rd down this afternoon. Movement up front, free play. Childress will toss it out, and it's incomplete, and an interference call will be charged to Virgil Young as well. Caught the Redmen on a hard count. They jumped the neutral zone, so 2 penalties here, and I think they'll take what appears to be an interference call here on Virgil Young. Looking for Childress out there on that far side. The question, I think the officials are having a discussion. If the Redmen jumped offside, did they make contact, which would have whistled the play dead? I think that's what Paul Keating and his crew are talking about right now. As if you're a defender and you jump the neutral zone but make contact with an offensive player, the play is dead.
2 fouls on the play. Offense or defense, offsides, the defensive line. Pass interference, defense number 13. That penalty will be enforced 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So Carthage, their 4th penalty of the afternoon. This one will be an interference call on Virgil Young. And so North Park will pick up the first down into Redmond territory down to the Carthage 46-yard line. Opening drive for the Vikings here to start this second half. Conway will work from the pistol. This time he'll hand it off. Lankilda trying to force his way over the left side across the 45 down to the Redmond 43-yard line. A gain of 3 on the handoff. Lankilda with a good run over the left side. Sets up a 2nd down and 6 for North Park. Ball at the Carthage 42-yard line, left hash mark. Vikings going left to right. Into the wind here in this third quarter, I should say. Lankilda will line up to the left of Conway. 3 receivers to the left side as well. And they'll fake the handoff. Conway will throw it out, and it's a hot ball thrown over the head of Burton and incomplete. A lot of mustard on that toss by Conway. It was a pump fake, and he really put fastball in on Anthony Burton that time on that far side. He had little time to react, and it deflected off his hands and out of bounds. So the incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 6, from the 42-yard line. Vikings 3 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. That last one coming via penalty. Conway going to keep it, going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Pete Laughlin and Terrence Allen. Allen got the first piece, and it was Laughlin with the cleanup. Able to get Conway down. 2nd sack of the afternoon by the Redmond defense, and the North Park Vikings will punt it away. Well, the 2 defensive ends, Allen and Laughlin that time, both beat their tackle blocks and got in on Conway for the sack. Lost back to the 49-yard line, and 4th down, and the Vikings will punt it away. John Giesking. Bazarek will be staring into that sun. Giesking gets a punt that will bounce short of the 20-yard line, takes a backward bounce, and rolls dead at the 21. So a 28-yard punt, no return. Redmond will be set up 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. 11:20 to go, 3rd quarter, with the Redmond leading 7-0. Ethan Ullis back out at quarterback for the Redmen. They'll have Lafayette McGeary in the backfield, along with Mark Clark in the I formation. Ullis will work in under center. They'll give it to McGeary. Met in the backfield and driven down. Hunter Corrigan, the Bradford grad, right there to make the play. A tackle for a loss, his 13th on the season for the senior, Hunter Corrigan. Playing for the final time in front of the Kenosha fans. Hunter Corrigan won a state title with the Bradford football team. So a loss of 3, 2nd and 13 for the Redmen. Ullis from the shotgun. We'll hand it off to McGeary. Tries to circle around right side, across the 20, across the 25, and down to the 27-yard line. 8-yard run for McGeary coming around the right side, following the block of Mark Clark. Able to get the edge with Clark in front. Again, it was Corrigan chasing him down from behind to make the tackle for North Park. So 3rd and 5 for Carthage at their own 27-yard line. McGeary lined up behind Olis, the quarterback. Slot left and a slot right. Blitz is coming. Olis gets it away, completes to Cobbs, makes the catch across the 35, out to the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 on a first down for Cobbs and the Redmen. Good job by Carthage to pick up the blitz off the blind side of Olis, who was looking left the entire way, and found Cobbs for the reception. First catch of the afternoon for James Cobbs. 1st and 10 Redmond, ball at the 36-yard line. Clark in motion, play fake to McGeary. Olis stepping up, completes to Cobbs over the middle, makes the catch, being wrestled with and then finally brought down inside the 40, still moving forward, not down yet, and moves the pile down to the 37-yard line. James Cobbs hanging on, taking a rough ride from basically the 45 all the way down to the 37-yard line. 27-yard pickup for Cobbs and a first down for the Redmen. Ball at the North Park 37-yard line. 9:10 to go, third quarter. Redmen leading 7-0. Offset eye behind Olis, and the give is to McGeary again. McGeary tripped up as he went over the middle down to the 35-yard line. Corrigan able to cover him up. Maiava chopped him down in the backfield that time. Gain of about 2 on the play, sets up 2nd down and 8. Cobbs and Miklas split out to the right. Single back is McGeary. The tight end Rhodes lined up to the left side with Clark, the fullback, in motion. Olis rolling to his right, now steps, sets, fires, and throws it incomplete, looking for Cobbs in the far sideline at the 10. Well overthrown that time by Olis. France Dorsley, the defender, the safety back there in coverage on Cobbs. Third down for the Redmen here, 3rd and 8. Carthage 5 for 9 on 3rd downs today. Clark and McGeary, the running tandem. Cobbs and Miklas, your receivers, along with Sago and Bazarek. Both lined up in slots here. Sago slot left, Bazarek slot right. Olis steps up, now delivers, and it is overthrown, incomplete. Was looking for Bazarek over the middle. A crossing route that time. He was lined up as a right slot, coming across the formation inside the 20. The pass was overthrown and incomplete. 4th down, and the Redmond punting unit coming on. Again, it's Unland. We saw Fred McCann for 1 punt today. It's been Unland twice and Anselmo twice. Hillier standing deep. Unland muffed the snap, now picks it up and gets it away. It will bounce inside the 15 and out of bounds near the 13-yard line. That's where they will mark it, at the 13. An effective punt. After Unland dropped the snap, was able to get it away and angle it to the right side, the far sideline, and get it out of bounds at the 13-yard line. That's where North Park will take over. 8:09 to play, third quarter. A 7-0 Redmond lead. Elsewhere in the CCIW this afternoon, Wheaton on top of Illinois Wesleyan, 20-10, early third quarter. North Central 21, Augie 10. That game now in the third. Also in the third, Milliken leading Elmhurst 14-0. And the handoff, big run over the left side. Across the 30 out to the 35-yard line. Biggest run of the afternoon for North Park, and it's Matthew Chapp, the freshman, over the left side. Redmond went with a blitz that time. That left that whole left side wide open, and Chapp able to take it out to the 35-yard line. 22-yard pickup for Chap, biggest play of the afternoon on the ground for North Park. 1st and 10 Vikings. Again, they'll give it to the running back. Tries to work his way around the left side, gets across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. Again, it was Chap on the carry. A.J. Simpson was there to make the stop for the Redmen. Gain of 2, 2nd down 8 upcoming. Clock rolling, 7:20 to play in the quarter. Carthage clinging to a 7-0 lead. Vikings just one play away from tying this one up. A look over the middle, and again, Burton dropped the football. The pass was thrown behind him. A little skinny post over the middle that time from the right slot was Burton, going from right to left on the angle. The pass was thrown behind him. He was still able to get both hands on the ball, but couldn't gather it in. Another drop pass for Burton sets up a 3rd and long here for North Park. 3rd and a long 7. 3 for 10 on 3rd downs this afternoon. Conway wants to throw. Steps up, comes back near side. This time Burton makes the catch across midfield into Redmond territory and roped down at the Carthage 47-yard line. Burton with the catch, Moaso Bumba with the stop, and now North Park in business, converting on 3rd down to the Redmond 47-yard line. North Park has been able to move the football between the 30s today. They just have nothing to show for it getting into the red zone yet today. 1st and 10 from the 47. Conway now under pressure, now takes it upfield, picks his way across the 45-40 and inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Not Greg Money, that was Seth McDormand, 49, that made the stop for the Redmen. But another 10-yard pickup and a 1st down for North Park. Made it down to the Redmond 37-yard line. Clock continues to roll, 6:15 to go here in the 3rd. Redmond holding a 7-0 lead, a precarious lead to say the least. Slot receiver to the right is Burton. Conway with time again, looking to throw, and it's incomplete. That pass hit the turf. That should be an incomplete pass. Oh, they're going to call that a completed pass. So the North Park Vikings are going to get a break here. That pass hit the turf. We're going to watch the replay here that we have up in our booth. And that ball hit the turf. That ball hit the ground. That should have been an incomplete pass, and the Vikings will get a break here as they'll call it a completed catch to Childress at the 13-yard line. 21-yard pickup, and North Park in the red zone for the first time this afternoon. Conway again with time, going over the middle. Childress there, caught, touchdown, North Park. 13-yard pickup. Childress able to make the touchdown grab, and North Park an extra point away from tying this one up as they got a huge break on what should have been an incomplete pass on the catch by Childress at the 13-yard line. So the Vikings an extra point away from tying this one up. Noah Moore on for the extra point. Burton on the hold. Snap, spot. Kick is up, and the kick is no good, wide left. Moore hooked it to the left, missing the upright to the outside, the left upright. And so Carthage holds a 1-point lead. It's Redmond 7, North Park 6, with 5:25 to play here in this 3rd quarter. So a 7-play, 87-yard drive in just under 3 minutes. T.D. Conway to Devin Childress for a 13-yard touchdown reception. But the play previous to the 13-yard line should have been ruled an incomplete pass. That ball hit the turf in front of Childress as he was trying to make a diving catch at the 13-yard line. And from our vantage point in our replay, it looked like the ball hit the turf in front of Childress before he was able to scoop that up. So North Park takes advantage of the break. A couple of big plays, the 20-yard run on first down, opening things up. And they're trail now by 1, 7-6. Cobbs and Bazarek standing inside the 10-yard line. Moore's kick will go to Cobbs at the 10. Up the near hash mark, across the 15-20. Down the far sideline, 25-30. Cobbs still on his feet, short of the 35-yard line. 25-yard return for Mr. James Cobbs. That'll set the Redmen up in good shape, just short of their own 35-yard line. 5:17 to go here in the third. Carthage's lead down to 1, 7-6. So Ollis will lead them out. Sam Calderero in the backfield for the first time this afternoon. Another graduating senior on senior day. They'll go with 3 receivers here to the near side, Miklas, Cobbs, and Bazarek. Bazarek now in motion. The give is to Calderero. Going up the left side. Gets across the 35, and that's it. Maybe the 36-yard line before he is driven back there. Pickup of about 2. Parker Cheo was there to make the stop for the Vikings. Second and 8 from the 36 for the Redmen. Ollis will change the play, 12 on the play clock. Sends Clark, the fullback, in motion. They'll give it again to Calderero on the sweep, coming around the left side. Big hole for Calderero. Keeps his feet across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Sean Maiva able to make the stop. Maiva chased him down from behind, but not before Calderero was able to pick up the first down. Gain of 12 on the play for Calderero. First and 10 Redmen at their own 48-yard line. Again, Ollis will change the play. Cobbs and Bazarek lined up here to the left side. Bazarek in a slot left. Miklas, the lone receiver, to the right. Single back is Calderero. And they'll hand it off to Calderero. Left side into North Park territory and tripped up. Ball came out. Ball is out, and I think North Park has it. Do they rule him down or not? No signal yet. Carthage keeps the football. Looks like Bazarek came up with it from underneath that pile. I'm watching the replay here. It looked like Calderero shifted the ball to his left hand, and it did come out. Ooh, my. It was on the turf. It was rolling around, and finally it was Bazarek who dove in there late, came up with it to preserve the possession here for the Redmen. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Ollis with time, but threw a bad pass behind Cobbs, the intended receiver. And Mayava is slow to get up. Mayava now back on his feet, but he was slow to get back. Big third down here for the Redmen. Clock stopped, 3:25 to go here in the third. Carthage leading 7-6. They face a third down and 6 from the North Park 47-yard line. London Townsend in now as a running back for the Redmen. 3 receivers to the right. Miklas, Cobbs, and Bazarek with Cobbs in motion to the left. Ollis from the pistol. Steps up, now wants to run with it, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Nowhere to go that time as the pocket collapsed around him. Mark Mamola able to come up with the stop, the sophomore defensive lineman for North Park. So Anselmo will come on for what appears to be a quick kick here back to North Park. And Zomo will turn to the sideline one more time. The play signaled in. They'll line up Cobbs in motion now. He'll line up as a double slot to the right. And Zomo wants to throw, and it's going to be dropped, incomplete. Wow, the Redmen were going to go for it on 4th down, and it was nearly intercepted. It was intended for Cobbs. DeFecchio nearly came away with the interception, and so North Park will get excellent field position here at their own 47-yard line. Trailing by 1, all the momentum now back to the Vikings. Not sure I would have done that. Hindsight being 20/20, I think I would have kicked that one away. You would have made them drive into the wind for the final 2.5 minutes of this quarter before you flip the field and North Park gets the wind at their back. I think I would have tried to pin them back. Langkilde is in the backfield now for North Park, lined up behind T.D. Conway, the quarterback. Burton in a slot to the left. T.D. Conway will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff. He'll try and keep it around the left side. Keeps his feet across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Ball came out, but it was recovered. Conway was able to dig around and pick it back up for North Park. It'll go as a gain of 3. Fry was there, and money for the Redmen. So gain of 3, 2nd and 7, the ball at their own 49-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Again, North Park will have the wind at their back in the 4th. Conway, quick throw near side through the hands of Childress, incomplete. Devin Childress all alone out here inside the 50-yard line at the Redmond 47, but that pass too hot to handle, went through his hands, incomplete. So a critical 3rd down here for both teams. North Park facing a 3rd and 7 here. Vikings 3 of 11 on 3rd downs. Langkilde back in now as a running back. Off the left hip of T.D. Conway. 4 receivers going out. Conway with time, steps up, throws, completes to Childress, spins his way out of bounds, gain of 12 and a 1st down. So Childress able to make the clutch 3rd down reception down to the Redmond 42-yard line. And they extend the drive here. Minute 35 to go in the quarter. T.D. Conway again works from the gun. Blitz is coming. Conway under pressure, and down he goes. Connor Calvert. Check that. Bumba. Moaso Bumba on the corner blitz that time. Able to come in untouched for the sack. Back at the North Park 49-yard line. 3rd sack of the afternoon by the Redmen. Moaso Bumba, freshman out of Chicago. So a loss back to the North Park 49-yard line, a loss of 9, 2nd and 19. Again, blitz is coming. Again, Conway over the middle, completes to Childress. Childress with the catch across midfield, across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Gets some of that back. Childress able to make the catch down to the 39-yard line. It was a gain of 12. Sets up a 3rd and 7 here for North Park. Going into the wind with 18 seconds to play. Let's see if they decide to snap it. They will here, it appears. 3rd and 7 from the Redmond 39. Conway going to come up throwing, and Childress makes the catch down to the 20-yard line, lost his footing there. And that's where North Park will start the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 from the Redmond 20 when we come back. Carthage leading North Park 7-6, headed to the 4th on AM 1050 WLIP.
quarter, Middleton 14, Ellsworth 6. And in the third quarter, North Central 21, 23-10.
Thank you, dear. Fourth quarter set to begin. 1st and 10 from the Redmond 19. Conway going to the back corner of the end zone is incomplete. Overthrowing the intended receiver, Jarrell Shipp, into the near back corner of the end zone. John Weiser with you here at Keller Field in Kenosha. 7-6 Redmond lead. North Park getting a touchdown but missing the extra point midway through that third quarter. A 7-play, 87-yard drive. Redmond drive stalls out at midfield. They go for it on 4th, turn it over on downs, and North Park has been able to march it for the second time into the Redmond red zone. 2nd and 10 at the Carthage 19. Conway fakes the handoff, rolls left, dumps it out looking for Burton. It's overthrown incomplete into the sideline. Burton covered well there. Connor Calvert and Virgil Young back there for the Redmond. Quickly a 3rd down here for the Vikings. North Park 5 of 12 on 3rd downs here today. Time of possession so far through 3 quarters dead even. 22-40 for the Redmond, 22-20 for North Park. The Vikings with an edge in yardage now, 303 to 223 heading into the 4th. 3rd and 10. They'll hand it off. Chap inside the 20 is stood up near the 17-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down, and Noah Moore, who missed earlier from 43, will come on to attempt a field goal here. He's missed an extra point and a field goal today. He'll work it off the right hash. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Off the right hash mark for Noah Moore. Anthony Burton on the hold. Good snap, ball down, kick is on the way, and the kick is wide left again. No good, he's missed 2 today. He's 0 for 3 on the place kicks today. He's missed 2 field goals and an extra point, Noah Moore. And so Carthage will get the football back. It remains Carthage 7, North Park 6. So Burton has missed from 43 and 34 here this afternoon with the wind at his back on both attempts. Let's see if the Redmond can get going again here. They've had their troubles moving the football since that opening drive. London Townsend now as the running back behind Olis, and he'll get the call. Townsend running up the middle. Townsend able to break a tackle across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play for London Townsend. Townsend now 4 carries, 15 yards today. He had a 40-yard run called back for a block below the waist back in that first half. Second and 3 from the 27. Bazarek in motion. The give is to Townsend again. Townsend plugged up the middle, stopped short. May have gotten the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Again, Redmond unable to get going on that offensive line. It's been so good of late running the football. Credit to North Park and their defensive line. Corrigan Joseph Momola doing a pretty darn good job up front, taking care of the Redmen. Now a critical third down for the Redmen. 5 of 11 on third downs today. Here comes the blitz. Olis off his back foot completes the pass. Far side. Miklas trying to hang on. Does, taking a tackler with him down to the 40-yard line. Eddie Miklas fighting for extra yardage down to the 40. It's a 14-yard pickup and a first down for the Redmen. Got tangled up with David Simmons in coverage out there, and Simmons did his best to try and push and pull and pick that ball out. Miklas able to hang on and in the process gained some extra yardage. Just short of the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Redmen. Just underway, fourth quarter. Carthage leading 7-6. Vikings missing a 34-yard field goal as Townsend now picks his way over the left side. London Townsend down the far sideline. London Townsend to the 30 and out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Took the official with him as he took a tumble out of bounds. Good strong run for London Townsend. Simmons finally took him out, pushed him out inside the 30. Under the 28-yard line for London Townsend. His longest run of the afternoon. I'm going to reset the play clock once again. Now they'll wind it down. Big run for London Townsend today, his biggest run of the afternoon. McGarry with a 50-yard run as well. Blitz coming. And this is McGarry picking his way over the left side. Gets across the line of scrimmage down to about the 26-yard line. Let's see where they give him full forward progress to the 25. Now Anselmo will check in, replacing Olis. Marcus Hines in there now for the first time this afternoon. Hines, who missed the last 3 ball games because of mononucleosis, lined up wide right here with Bazarek. Cobb split out to the left. Empty backfield here for Anselmo. Brings Cobbs in motion to the right. It'll be Anselmo up the middle. Anselmo inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Gain of 6 by Nick Anselmo. Just running right up the middle that time. Got a good block from his center, Godlewski, able to seal off the linebacker and allowed Anselmo to get inside the 20. Short of the first down, brings up 3rd and 1 here for the Redmen. That last run by Townsend, 33 yards, his longest of the afternoon. 3rd and 1 from the 19. Olis will give it to McGarry. McGarry, big hole up the middle. McGarry inside the 5. Touchdown, Carthage College. Lafayette McGarry, his 2nd touchdown run of the afternoon. Running up the left side. 19 yards for the score. And again, they caught the Vikings in a blitz that time, and once he got through the second wave, wasn't much help back there. And McGarry, his 2nd touchdown run, this one from 19 yards out, makes it a 13-6 ball game. Unland for the extra point. Hines on the hold, gets it down. The kick is away, and the kick is good. 14-6 Redmen, 10:48 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Lafayette McGarry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, caps off a 7-play, 80-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and change. And the Redmen add to their lead, now up 14-6. So they convert on a couple of 3rd downs on this drive, and they get the big 33-yard run by London Townsend to jumpstart the offense once again. Now the defense needs to bear down here. Burton and Chapp will stand deep. Again, that's a 7-play, 80-yard drive in 3 minutes, 21 seconds. McGarry, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the afternoon, his 4th of the year. And it's a 14-6 Redmen lead. Klein, the left footer, gets this one up. Chapp looking into that sun, makes the catch at the 4. Up the near sideline to the 10, 15, 20. Penalty marker down to the sideline and nearly stepping out across the 40 to the 43-yard line, but this one will be coming back. Block in the back, I suspect, here from where that flag was thrown. Let's see if we can pick it up on our replay. Yep, right there. I think it was on Gansky coming down. I think he got blocked in the back.
Block in the back, 26 on the return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. They marked the foul at the 22, so it'll mark it back to the 12-yard line. That's where North Park will start this drive with 10:40 to go in the game. Trailing, though, by one score, 14-6. Up front for the Redmen, the starting front four, Allen, Pervin, Fry, and Laughlin. Money, Simpson, and Bumba back there now at a linebacker spot. First and 10 from the 12 for North Park and TD Conway. Conway wants to hand it off. Running it up the middle this time across the 15, out to the 16-yard line. Lankilda takes it out across the 15. They'll give him full progress out to the 17-yard line for a gain of 5. Bring up a 2nd and 5 for North Park. Conway wants to throw. Going right side, looking for Childress, makes the catch and darts out of bounds short of the 25-yard line. A gain of 7 and a first down for North Park, ushered out by Virgil Young that time. North Park in a little bit of a hurry up here, getting to the line of scrimmage, ready to go. Childress now, that's his 9th reception of the afternoon. Conway will fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself across the 25-30, keeping his feet across the 35 out to the 39-yard line. TD Conway with his feet, able to run it out short of the 40-yard line. Gain of 16 on the play, finally wrestled down by Bumba, along with Chantrell Garner. Mark it at the 38 of North Park. 1st and 10 Vikings there. Conway trying to go with a hard count, now looks to the far sideline to change the play. 12 on the play clock. Moves Lankilda to his left. Conway will take the snap, drops back, looks to throw, coming back right side, catch is made, Childress. Childress breaks out of a tackle, dives forward short of the midfield stripe. Should have enough for a first down, should be a gain of 11 and a first down. Virgil Young wrestled him to the turf, short of midfield. They'll mark it at their own 49-yard line, so North Park moving the football here, 8:50 to go in the game, trailing by 8. Lankilda remains in at tailback. Conway from the pistol. Burton in a slot right side. It'll be run, and down goes TD Conway. Not to be fooled was Chase Blotkamp, the freshman out of Huntertown, Indiana, able to tackle him down for a loss. There'll be a loss back to the 43-yard line, a loss of 6. Second and about 16 here for North Park. Well, now you've got them behind the chains here. Now you got to get after it. They'll bring Chap in now as a running back. And they'll line up, also in the backfield, they'll line up Ship. 2 backs in the backfield. Conway working from the, and he'll take a timeout. He's been wanting a timeout. That play clock getting down to 0. So timeout North Park, their first of the second half. Stopping play with 7:51 to go. Carthage leading 14-6. Checking scores in the league. Well, Illinois Wesleyan has come back after down 20-0. They have cut the deficit to 7. It's Wheaton 27, Illinois Wesleyan 20, with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter in Bloomington. North Central leading Augustana 27-10. That game in the fourth. Milliken and Elmhurst down at Elmhurst this afternoon. The Big Blue 14, the Blue Jays 9. Women's volleyball this afternoon down at Milliken. The Carthage Lady Reds in the conference championship match against Elmhurst. They're up 2-0. They lead in the third set, 21-19. The winner of that match will get the automatic bid into the NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament next week. Second and 16 for North Park at their own 43. Conway will work from the pistol, and Kilda to his right. Conway drops back with time, steps up, delivers a low pass, and it's incomplete. Thrown low and intended for Delano Braxton. He had it momentarily but couldn't bring it all the way in. They come back and make a diving play in front of Greg Money for that football. Money in coverage there for the Redmen. Now it's 3rd and 16. The Money down here. Some late substitutions here for North Park. Taking a lot of time here. Play clock down to 10. They want Childress to line up here to the left side. They're going to run out of time here. Play clock down to 4. And they just do snap it off. Conway now stepping up, under pressure, dumps it off to Childress, and he'll be wrapped up at the 41-yard line. Connor Calvert did a nice job, never left his feet. A textbook tackle for Connor Calvert on Childress as he made the catch at the 41. No yak on that one. No yards after catch by Calvert. Did a nice job shutting down Childress, and it's 4th down and the punting unit coming on. Oh, I love that freshman tandem back there of Calvert and Young. They're going to be here for a while. Bazarek standing at his own 15-yard line. Giesking on to punt. High snap. Giesking able to bring it down and get this one away. Carthage will get away from it. It'll take a North Park bounce forward inside the 20 and will roll dead at the Carthage 15-yard line. 42-yard punt. No return, and so the Redmen will start at their own 15-yard line, leading by 8, 14-6, with 6 minutes, 47 seconds to play. So Carthage wins the clutch money down here on this drive, a 3rd and 16. Now they need to grind some clock here, leading by 8. Olis will lead the offense back out. Tristan Peterson will be the tailback. Miklas and Cobbs lined up here to the near side. Now we got officials stopping. An officials timeout here. Looks like, would you believe it or not, the chain broke on the down marker. Reattaching the chain, getting it fixed. Looks like we're okay now. Found that link. Got it reattached. So they'll reset the play clock to 25. Carthage will get set at their own 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Redmen. Leading here by a score of 14-6. Rhodes and Clark in motion. They get Rhodes set to the left side of the formation. They'll hand it off to Peterson. Peterson diving over the left side across the 15 out short of the 20-yard line. Tristan Peterson got belted down to the turf that time. A pretty good lick on his way to the turf. It was Mayava that put him down. So a gain of 3, 2nd down 7 for the Redmen at their own 19-yard line. Peterson, the tailback. Olis will work from the pistol with Clark, the fullback, in motion. They'll give it to Peterson. Tries to pick his way around the right side. Nothing doing there. Stacked up almost immediately. Getting in there for North Park. That was Paz, Jefferson Paz. Able to make the stop for no gain. 3rd down and 7 here for the Redmen. Clutch 3rd down here for Carthage. You'd like to at least pick up 1, if not 2 third downs. Flip the field here going into the win. Olis again from the pistol. Peterson lined up behind him. Olis play fake, wants to throw. Tried to find Clark, and it's incomplete. Oh, he'd led Clark. He would have made the catch, would have probably picked up the 1st down as he had a step on the linebacker, Brendan Dull. But the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 5:28 to play, and now the punting unit, Unland, will have to punt into a pretty brisk northwest wind. Hillier is standing toward midfield. It's a low snap. Unland able to pick it up and gets a nice punt away. It will bounce at midfield, but will roll dead at the 46-yard line. 27-yard punt, so North Park given excellent field position here with 5:21 to play, and again trailing by just 1 touchdown. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion would tie this one up. So the Redmen defense back and called on here once again to make a stop. It's now a final down in Milliken as the Lady Reds have defeated Elmhurst in the championship set of the volleyball match down in Milliken. 25-20 the final in set number 3. So they sweep Elmhurst in 3 sets. Congratulations to Leanne Ulmer and the women's volleyball team, winning the conference championship and the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Swing pass caught out of the backfield, and down is Ship near the 41-yard line. The gain of about 5 on the play for Ship. This little swing pass with Ship in motion out of the backfield that time. Virgil Young was there to make the tackle. So make it a 2nd and 6 here for North Park at the Redmond 42. 4:50 and counting remaining in this one. Redmond up 14-6. Conway wants to throw, has plenty of time. Surveys the field, ball in the air, and it is knocked away, incomplete. Able to get down there was Connor Calvert to knock it away from the intended receiver, Childress. It was a little bit underthrown. That allowed Calvert to close and get a hand on the ball and knock it away from Childress, incomplete. And another clutch 3rd down here. North Park 6 of 14 on 3rd down conversions today. Langkilde in now as the tailback. He'll line up offset left to the quarterback, T.D. Conway. Conway takes the snap with time. Now looking right, now under pressure, gets away from Laughlin down the far sideline, inside the 30, down to the 20-yard line. Pete Laughlin had him in the backfield, and somehow Conway stepped out of his tackle. And Childress was down momentarily, and play was stopped. He's going to have to leave the field here. Childress was down, and under his own power, goes back down the far side, but what a run by T.D. Conway. 24-yard run, and once again, North Park knocking on the door here. 4:20 to go. Conway. Now whistles will stop the play here. Officials stopping play. There is a penalty marker.
False start. Offense number 1. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Delano Braxton, the guilty party, was lined up here on the near side and flinched just before the snap. So 1st and 15, the ball back at the 25-yard line. Clock back in motion now as we approach 4 minutes to play. Redmond holding a 14-6 lead. Conway Again looking to throw with time, comes back left side, makes the catch as Ship and out of bounds near the 10-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 11, a gain of 14 and a first down for Jarrell Ship. Ship, who was in the slot here on the left side, just ran it, found the near numerals, and then cut to the outside, and Conway hit him in stride. Virgil Young able to shove him out of bounds, but now it's a 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 11. Conway play fakes, wants to throw, ball is in the air, and it's knocked away, incomplete, looking for Childress, back corner of the end zone. Virgil Young was there to break it up, had Chantrell Garner there for some help as well. Was not enough for a first down. Excuse me, it's 3rd and 1. The ball short of the 12-yard line. My mistake. Looking right into that sun and was assuming that he had enough for the first down. So it's 3rd and 1. They'll hand it off, Lankilda. Lankilda will get the first down inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. Well, Lankilda, it's just his 7th carry of the afternoon, but it's a big one as it converts a 3rd down. Makes it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. They'll officially mark it on the 9. 1st and goal from the 9 for North Park. Clock rolling, 3:10 to play. Carthage holding an 8-point lead. Ship in motion. They'll pass over the middle. Ball's thrown behind Burton, incomplete. Oh, he was open. Conway has not been sharp today on those types of crossing routes. He's been behind the receiver most of the afternoon, and that one no exception. Burton had a step on the defender, and Conway threw it behind him. Incomplete. 2nd down and goal from the 9. 2:58 to play. Ship and Lankilde in the backfield with Ship in motion. They'll give it to Lankilde, and he's met at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. KJ Simpson was in there, along with Money and Pervin, able to wrap him up. 3rd and goal from the 9 for the Vikings. Another big 3rd down here for North Park. Lankilde off the left hip of Conway, working from the pistol. 3rd and goal from the 9, and the Redmen will take a timeout. Clock stopped, 2:21 to play. Timeout Redmen. That is their first of the half. They have 2 timeouts remaining. North Park with 2 timeouts remaining. Well, this has been an entertaining ball game. These two teams battling back and forth. Illinois Wesleyan has come back to tie Wheaton now at 27 all. It was 20-0 Wheaton after 1 quarter, but Illinois Wesleyan scoring 27 points since that point. They've come back to tie Wheaton now at 27 apiece. North Central leading Augustana 27-10. And Elmhurst now, with 1 minute left, has taken a 1-point lead over Milliken, 15-14. Blue Jays looking for their first conference win of the season. Elmhurst just scoring the touchdown here to take a 15-14 lead. 3rd and goal from the 9 for North Park. 2:21 to go. Vikings trail by 8. Need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Conway will work from the pistol. Lankilde in motion to the right. With time, Conway over the middle. It is dropped, incomplete. Burton had it and dropped it again. That time, that one's on the receiver, Burton. He was coming over the middle. Conway waited patiently and threw it right where he could make a play on the ball. And for some reason, Burton couldn't come up with it. So 4th and goal from the 9. Late players making their way onto the field here for North Park. A lot of confusion here. Conway will get them set. They'll have to take a timeout. They do. They had 3 or 4 players straggling their way back onto the field here for North Park, and that took too much time with the play clock down to 5. Mike Conway takes the timeout. Well, next week the Redmen will wrap up the season at Wheaton. That could be interesting. If the way that ball game's shaping up down in Bloomington, Wheaton may have something to play for next week. A win today by the Thunder, and they would wrap up no worse than a share of the conference title when we get the automatic qualifier. Should they fall to the Redmen next week, because they would have the tiebreaker. If they beat Illinois Wesleyan today, they'll hold the tiebreaker edge on both Wesleyan and North Central by virtue of their wins. But that game seriously in doubt. That game tied at 27 in Bloomington early 4th quarter. A furious comeback by the Titans. Here we go, 4th and goal from the 9. Ship and Braxton split out here to the left. Childress and Burton to the right. Langkilde, the single back, behind T.D. Conway, the quarterback. 4th and goal from the 9. Langkilde in motion. Conway with time. Over the middle it is. Dropped, incomplete. Burton had it and lost it. Chantrell Garner got a late hand in there and poked it out of Burton's reach to go incomplete. A rough afternoon for Anthony Burton. He had it, and then as he was being wrestled to the turf, Chantrell Garner got a left arm in there to pull it away to go incomplete. So the Redmen will take over on downs at their own 9-yard line. 2:13 to play. The Vikings have just 1 timeout remaining. They can only stop the clock once here. So the defense bends but does not break here on this drive. They give him 3 cracks from inside the 10, 4 cracks if you will, and they're unable to break it into the end zone. Olis from under center. He'll hand it off. And this is McGeary picking his way down the line of scrimmage, makes it out to the 10-yard line, and North Park will take their final timeout. Stops the clock with 2:06 to play. Able to make the stop. Uate Pate for North Park. Another freshman from America Samoa. So the Vikings take their final timeout here with 2:06 to play. Now, it was not a spectacular day on defense, but when the defense needed to make a stop, they came up big here this afternoon. Now, Redmen are a first down away from cementing their 3rd straight conference win. On Senior Day here today, where they honor 9 of their players, some of the notables, Terrence Allen, Jacob Alton, Kevin Blank, Rocco Zaccaro, guys that have appeared in almost 40 ball games for the Redmen this year, or in their careers, I should say. 2nd and 9 for the Redmen at the 10-yard line. Olis again will work under center. McGeary the single back. Here comes the blitz. McGeary able to run it up the middle. McGeary breaks a tackle out to the 16-yard line, picks up the first down, and that is a Redmen winner here this afternoon. Oh, there is a penalty marker on the play.
Offside defense, number 14. That penalties declined. First down.
First down, Redmen, as the David Simmons jumped offside. He was trying to blitz on the last couple of plays, timing his blitz, and that time broke the neutral zone before the snap. But now the Vikings out of timeouts, cannot stop the clock. Victory formation for the Redmen here this afternoon. They will snap a 2-game losing skid to the Vikings. They will now win 3 in a row. They have assured themselves of a winning conference record here this afternoon with this win. They will go to 4-2 in conference play. With one more left next week at Wheaton. So Carthage will have a winning conference record. They will jump over the 500 mark overall. They'll go to 5-4 on the year and 4-2 in CCIW play. Olis took a knee. Now he's got to take one more here. Taking the play clock all the way down to 2-1, and now takes the knee. Now one more snap here for the Redmen. An impressive display of defense here this afternoon by both clubs. A hard-fought ball game. Pair of touchdowns by Lafayette McGeary for the Redmen. Vikings getting their only score midway through the third quarter. They missed a pair of field goals today. In the big play, 4th and goal from the 9. The incomplete pass turning away North Park this afternoon. Olis will take one more knee, and it's official. The Redmen have a 3-game winning streak, picking up the win here this afternoon by a score of 14-6. 14-6, your final on Senior Day here at Keller Field. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. Back with our post-game show, including a visit with head coach Mike Yeager, right after this 2-minute timeout. This is Carthage Redmen football on your home for Carthage Athletics, Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050, WLIP. Well, for the first time since the 2009 season, the 2010 season, when the Redmen won their final 3 games, I should say, of the regular season that year, the Carthage Redmen have a 3-game winning streak as they knock off North Park here this afternoon by a final of 14-6. They needed a defensive stand late. North Park getting a 1st and goal at the 9, had 4 cracks into the end zone, And two of the drops by Anthony Burton, and the last one coming on 4th and goal from the 9. Chantrell Garner able to get a hand in there to knock that pass out of the reach of Anthony Burton on that final play from scrimmage for North Park. Lafayette McGeary getting a pair of touchdowns here this afternoon. He scored first to get the Redmen on the board first, 7-0 on the first drive. North Park was then able to get on the board in the third quarter as they get a touchdown pass from T.D. Conway to Devin Childress. The extra point was no good, and that would be a turning point here in the ball game. Redmen were able to turn back North Park on the extra point. Noah Moore missing an extra point and 2 field goals here this afternoon. North Park missing a 44-yard attempt and a 34-yard attempt today, and then getting that final crack in the end zone. But Lafayette McGarry with a pair of touchdowns today, and including a 2-yard run and a 19-yard run as the Redmen hang on for a score of 14-6 here this afternoon. So as I said, the first time since the end of the 2009 season when the Redmen won their final 3 games over Milliken, North Park, and Wheaton. The Redmen have a 3-game conference winning streak to bump their record now to 5-4 on the season, 4-2 in CCIW play, and they assure themselves of a winning conference record. And that for the first time also since the 2009 season. Some of the final numbers here this afternoon. Pretty close. North Park with 376 yards of offense. Carthage with 319. Time of possession almost dead even. North Park 30 minutes, 20 seconds. Carthage 29 minutes, 40 seconds. Neither team doing much on third down today. North Park 7 of 17. Carthage 7 of 15. But the Redmen get another 200-yard performance on the ground today. They rush for 200 yards on 41 carries. Led by Lafayette McGarry today, 14 carries, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the afternoon for McGarry. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they get 288 yards of passing today out of T.D. Conway. He was 23 of 48 for 288 yards. But, folks, I'm going to tell you, he could have had a lot more today. A lot of drops today from his top receivers. Childress dropped a few. Anthony Burton had a rough afternoon. He had 7 catches for 91 yards, but he could have had 2 wheelbarrow fulls of footballs today on the catches that he dropped today, and he had that clutch one in the end zone, actually had it in both hands, and then as he came down, juggled it, and Chantrell Garner poked it away on 4th and goal from the 9. But he was the one of the leading receivers. Childress today, 11 catches, 137 yards. Burton 7 for 91. Childress catching the only touchdown pass of the afternoon thrown by T.D. Conway. The defense got after Conway today. They got 3 sacks and an interception off of Conway today. Meanwhile, the Redmen do not give up a sack this afternoon and continue that great run of that offensive line. That's now only allowed 9 sacks in 9 ball games today. That offensive line continues to do an outstanding job and leading the way here to a 14-6 victory over North Park this afternoon. And I'm joined now by head football coach Mike Yeager. Well, that was fun to watch. Was it fun to coach?
Not really. That was, it was fun, obviously, but it was close. And give those guys at North Park a lot of credit. They played really, really hard. Did a nice job. They were sound and made it tough on us on both sides of the ball. But on offense, man, I'm out of shape from running up these stairs.
Take your time.
But on offense, we made the plays when we needed to, which was nice to see. When we needed to get conversions, we did. And on defense, we got stops when we needed to get the stops.
I was going to say, the wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but when you really needed to come up big, they're facing a 1st and goal on the 9-yard line, and the defense held.
Yeah. We made we were in pretty good position, so they made it so it'd have to be a tough catch, and they weren't able to make those 2 tough catches, and hey, good for us. And anytime you get a stop, 1st and goal, that's pretty darn good.
Absolutely, and Chantrell Garner, that was his play right there at the last second, able to yank that ball out of Burton's hands in the end zone on that 4th down play.
Yeah, it was a big-time play. He, he lost leverage a little bit. He was a little bit behind instead of inside, but he still got his hand in there at the last second. Huge play. Got it out, and game winner, obviously.
Absolutely, and a couple of guys that stood out defensively for you. Again, you got 3 sacks today. That got after him a little bit when you needed to, and probably not as much pressure as you would have liked, but still 3 sacks today and a pick today.
Well, when you got a quarterback, that quarterback's really good, and they've got a couple receivers that are really good. So they do a lot of max protect, keeping an extra running back, keeping an extra tight end in protection. So to get pressure, it's tough, and they just try to double move you, So we tried to, you got to change up the coverages as much as you can. Sometimes you're going to be in a one-on-one situation, and more often than not, they made some plays in those situations, but we made the plays when we needed to at the end.
Some big plays offensively today by your team. Lafayette McGarry, again, the big run, the 50-yard run that set you up on that first touchdown drive.
Yeah, we obviously opened up and did very well in the opener again. It's a credit to our kids coming out here ready to play, and the coaches having, great scheme offensively to start, and then a huge run, to start it. And then he made a couple nice runs at the end to put the thing away.
I haven't asked you this question yet this year, but you've scored on your opening drive now, I think, in 7 of the 9 games. Do you script out your first 20, 30 plays like some of the pro coaches do, or is that just strictly on feel?
No, Kyle and Jarrett do a great job on offense, and they, the first couple plays, they have an idea what they're going to do, but people play us so differently, than what we expect and what we see on film, so it's tough, and they did some different things today on defense that we just, makes it tough on the offensive guys because they practice one look and they don't get it in the game. But that's part of the deal. When you're running the ball well, people are going to try to scheme you up to stop the run. And like I said, I give them credit. Those kids at North Park played really, really hard. Coaches did a nice job to put them in positions to slow down our run game. And it took a while. They kept changing up, but we got the hits when we needed to in the run game.
Got another 200 yards on the ground today, and that was huge. And the time of possession pretty much even, so third downs were even too, so it just had to come down to making one play at one time, and your defense made that extra play.
Yep, you're exactly right. And, we got a couple hits in the run game at the end to get that second touchdown. And when you can go up 8, obviously you feel better. You can take a little bit more chances defensively because, they got to get a touchdown and a 2-point as opposed to just being up a point. So, it worked out well at the end.
Wind played a factor today, too, I thought. It was a gusty wind out there, and I thought that going into the wind really tough. And I think going with the wind, too, because the ball tended to sail, and it was kind of a crosswind, if you will, out of that north-northwest.
Yeah, it would move. The wind changed, and, Ethan did a really nice job with the wind. He's got a nice arm, but the TD Conway kid has a really, really strong arm, so the wind's a little bit less of an effect on him. So that there's a little bit of an advantage for them in that regard.
Yeah, the other player on defense that I thought stood out today, Wasso Bumba, again, had, I thought, a pretty good ball game here again today.
He goes by Jogi, and he's Jogi Boomba, and he's been our nickel guy all year, and Jogi's done a great job. He brings fire, brings passion, he plays really hard, and he's just getting better and better every week.
And again, this is a testament to your team. That's what you only strive for. Get better, a little bit better each and every week, and you've made that progression now to the point where you're assured yourself of a winning conference season.
Yep. And
you're sitting at 5-4 right now with an opportunity to finish the season at 6-4.
Yeah, you just want to get better. Obviously this is a game we would have lost our first year or second year for sure, and honestly probably a game we would have lost earlier in the year. But we just keep progressing, we keep working at it. I think the kids keep trusting that if you just work, good things are going to happen. And we just keep getting better. We stick together. We respond to every challenge, and that's what we're trying to preach. And I think the kids are taking it to heart. And it's a fun group to coach when you have those kinds of kids.
It's a mature group. I mean, I watched them grow up here. It's a far cry from what we saw against St. Norbert and Olivet, the first 2 weeks of the season. Really is. It's almost like a second season here.
It is. You start the season 0-2, and then since then I think we're 5-2, and played pretty darn well. So it's a credit to those kids sticking with it. It's a credit to all the coaches coaches staying positive with our kids. We try to preach being positive because, again, if you just work hard, you keep at it, good things are going to happen. And it's no guarantee when it's going to happen, but it will.
You got one player dinged up on that offensive line today. Any word on Trussell?
He got an MCL. We don't know how bad it is. Fortunately, it's not an ACL, but we'll see. If he's going to be able to go in this last week. Hopefully he can, but we'll have to see.
That's the other key, too. I think you've been relatively healthy. Yeah, you lost Marcus Hines for a while there with mononucleosis, but for the most part, you've been healthy. You've had the guys you needed to count on have been stable, particularly at offense and defensive lines.
Yeah, we lost Zach Rosillo earlier in the year to an ACL and Marcus, but again, knock on wood, we've been pretty good in that area.
Well, Wheaton and Illinois Wesleyan are in a tussle down in Bloomington. I wanted to bring that up real quick because that may have Wheaton playing for something. Now they've extended their lead now 40-27. It was a 20-0 Wheaton lead early in that ball game, and Wesleyan came back to tie it at 27.
Wow.
About 4 minutes left now. Wheaton has reclaimed the lead now at 40-27.
Well, it's going to be a huge challenge. Wheaton is a very, very good football team, so we're going to have to, crank it up and have a great last week. We'll have some fun and enjoy being with our seniors, these 9 guys, one last time. They're great kids, and like I said earlier in the week, they've stuck with us. I've just worked, and I'm glad to see those guys have success on the field individually and as a team, which is awesome for those 9 guys, so we'll enjoy this last week.
Not just in the field, but in the classroom, too. These kids are getting after it on the book. A lot of guys with 3.5 averages right now.
Yeah, a good group in that senior class. They take their academics serious, and that stuff transitions to the football field. That's why they're good football players as well.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Another huge win here today. First 3-game winning streak since 2009 in conference. And sitting at 4-2, you've assured yourself a winning conference record. Perhaps the corner has been turned?
Yeah. And, let's go down to Wheaton and see what we can do next Saturday.
I like the attitude.
Yeah.
Be confident, see what happens, have some fun.
You got it.
All right, Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mike Yeager, head football coach for Carthage College, joining us on our postgame here this afternoon. The Redmen with a 14-6 victory over North Park here this afternoon. Carthage rolling up 319 yards of total offense, 200 on the ground, 119 in the air, for a total of 319 yards on 58 plays from scrimmage. And their leading ground gainer today was Lafayette McGarry, 14 carries for 112 yards and a pair of touchdowns today. Scored on the opening drive on a 2-yard touchdown run. He closed out the game, scoring the final touchdown for the Redmen early in the fourth quarter, a 19-yard run. That capped off a 7-play, 80-yard drive and provided the final cushion today by a score of 14-6. But let's give some credit, as Mike Yeager said, to North Park. They fought bitterly here to the very end. They had a 1st and goal at the Redmen 9, and Carthage was able to turn them away and shut them down from that point and seal the victory here this afternoon. McGarry with 112 yards rushing. Leading receiver this afternoon for the Redmen was Eddie Miklas. Miklas with 4 catches for 50 yards, a long of 19. Cobbs with a pair of receptions. Bazarek and Townsend each with 1 apiece. And on the day, Ethan Ollis, a game manager today. 8 of 15 for 119 yards, a long of 27. He was not sacked. He was not intercepted today. So another good performance for Ollis. His 3rd straight performance and his 3rd straight win as a starter for the Redmen. And for T.D. Conway and the North Park Vikings, Conway today 23 of 48 for 288 yards. He was sacked 3 times. He threw for 1 touchdown, was intercepted once this afternoon. Devin Childress, his leading receiver today, 11 catches, 137 yards, and the touchdown today. Anthony Burton, 7 for 91. Jarrell Shipp, 2 catches for 32 on the afternoon today. Third downs, not much there for either team. Carthage 7 of 15 today on third down conversions. North Park 7 of 17. North Park 0 for 2 on 4th down conversion tries today. Carthage 0 for 1. Punting the ball today, Lance Unland 4 punts, an average of 36, a long of 52, 1 inside the 20. And Zomo for the Redmen today, 2 punts, an average of 32, a long of 34, but he got 2 inside the 20. John Giesking today punting the football, 5 punts, 38-yard average, a long of 55. He too with 2 inside the 20. And it was the place kicker this afternoon for North Park, Noah Moore. He missed 2 field goals today, a 34-yarder and a 42-yarder. That was the difference really here, missing that and an extra point today really put North Park behind. But give them credit, they fought back, drove it down to the Redmond end zone or into the Redmond red zone, but could not convert here today as the Redmond pick up the win. So now we head to Wheaton next Saturday. That'll be a 1 o'clock kick from McCulley Field in Wheaton, Illinois on the campus of Wheaton College. Carthage and the Wheaton Thunder will be with you on the air at both WLIP and on the stream at WLIP.com, beginning with our pregame show at 12:30 from McCulley Field in Wheaton next Saturday afternoon. Congratulations to the Carthage Lady Reds volleyball team as they pick up a 3-set sweep over Elmhurst this afternoon. The Lady Reds winning the conference volleyball tournament down in Decatur, so they get the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. And good luck to the Redmond soccer team later on tonight, 7 o'clock here at Keller Field, as they will take on North Central College in the CCIW soccer championship. The winner of that match gets the NCAA tournament bid next week as well. So good luck to Steve Doman and the men's soccer program as they host North Central tonight. A 7 o'clock tip here on the soccer pitch at Keller Field. Other finals now. Let's take a look around the CCIW. Again, about 3 minutes left. Wheaton leading Illinois Wesleyan 40-27. Final down in Rock Island, North Central 27, Augustana 10. Has now gone final as well down in Bloomington, 40-27 the final score. Wheaton, the conference champion, has clinched at least a share of the conference championship. They'll get the outright conference title when they play the Redmen next week. They have to beat the Redmen in order to do that. And the Elmhurst Blue Jays get their first conference win here this afternoon as they knock off Milliken by a final of 15-14. So you have Wheaton now undefeated at 7-0 in league play, 9-0 overall. And then you have North Central at 5-1. And you have Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage each at 4-2. And then you have Augustana, Elmhurst, and North Park bringing up the rear in the CCIW. So that'll wrap things up here this afternoon from Keller Field in Kenosha. Carthage with a victory over North Park, 14-6. Thanks to Scott Delabio engineering our broadcast back at the WLIP studios. Thanks to John Voinovich and to Mike Love for their production services on the video stream here this afternoon. Once again, your final score, Carthage 14, North Park 6. Until next Saturday, John Weiser saying have a great weekend, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Carthage College Athletics, heard exclusively on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050, WLIP Kenosha. Have a great afternoon, everyone.